manager Candace Spencer is suing the father of her child, cruise line reservationist Keith Drever, for unpaid rent and for unpaid charges on a cell phone. Keith says he would have paid his debts, but Candace had him thrown in jail.
Order. All rise. Please. Thank you. Your Honor, this is case number 369 on the calendar in the matter of Spencer versus Drever. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thank you, Bert.
You're welcome, Judge.
Ms. Spencer, Mr. Drever is your former boyfriend. You have a child together.
Yes.
According to your complaint, he owes you for a month's rent and a phone bill, a cell phone bill, from well over a year ago. The reason you waited to sue him was because he was incarcerated for the last year based upon an incident that occurred about a year ago with you.
Yes.
Mr. Drever, according to what I read, you were on probation for something else. There was an argument. She alleged that you hit her. You were ultimately convicted of that. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you incarcerated for the year on that conviction or on the parole violation?
Both, Your Honor.
What had you been on parole for?
Aggravated assault, ma'am.
On her?
It was another man.
Have you learned to control your temper a little better?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a good thing. Now, tell me about first the phone bill.
Back in approximately June of 2001, Keith had recently gotten out of a correctional facility after getting out of jail. It was a drug rehab program, and right around the time he got out, he started developing a relationship with our son again.
How old is your son?
He's 4. So because of his credit history, he couldn't get a home phone, so he tried to get a cell phone. He asked me, since I had a phone already in my name, would I be willing to get a secondary phone so that we could be in contact with each other in case of emergencies or what have you, since there were going to be times when our son would be with him. He agreed he'd pay the $14.99 a month plus any charges he incurred for going over the minutes. He never paid me on any of it.
Okay, so how much was his portion of the bill?
His portion total is $678.20.
Okay, let's deal with the phone first. Yes, sir.
With the cell phone, I disagree as far as the reason why I got the phone. We had discussed with her particular job, she goes on call, and she would need someone to watch my son, who was 3 at the time. And then what wound up happening is the phone turned into more like an electronic leash.
So I gather you saying that she wanted to keep tabs on you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's one thing, but did you use the phone and go over the minutes calling other people?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay, well, so who should pay for that?
I should.
Good. That's easy. Can I see the bill, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I would have paid the cell phone.
This is your fault. Shh. Sorry.
I did 13 and a half months sentence in prison because
You lost your temper.
I didn't strike her, Your Honor. I did not touch her. She got mad at me, she called the police, and I went to prison. Now, I got out.
Miss Spencer.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that true? Did he, in fact, put his hands on you?
Yes, ma'am.
How did he put his hands on you?
He
Look
was
at me.
Yes, ma'am. He was attempting to come into the apartment. As you can see, he's slightly larger than me. He was trying to get in the apartment. I'm very stubborn. I'm not going to deny it. I was standing in the doorway trying to prevent him from coming in.
You weren't living together at the time?
Yes, we were, but we'd only been living together for a month. It was me, him, and his roommate.
So you'd been living together, and he was trying to get into the apartment?
To get a 12-pack of beer out of the refrigerator.
And you're blocking the door?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
I got elbowed in the eye, in which I sustained a black eye.
How did that happen?
As he's trying to push his way in.
Yeah.
His elbow got me in the eye.
So it was an accident?
I don't
So
know
it was an accident? Is what you're telling me, Miss Spencer, is that it was an accident?
No, ma'am.
He didn't hit you with his fist, did he?
No.
You were blocking the door in a place where he was a tenant. Is that
Yes.
right?
This is his second incident against a female for domestic violence. He's also got a charge against his wife.
Then I want to tell you something. You shouldn't have put yourself in that position.
I agree.
Right? However, what he's telling me has a ring of truth to it. You were blocking his entrance from getting into his home. He pushed you out of the way. He didn't hit you. But as he pushed you out of the way, his elbow hit you in the eye. His elbow.
Well, that's what he thinks.
He didn't
We're
go,
not sure
he didn't
exactly
go
how.
like this and hit you in
No,
the eye.
no, ma'am.
His elbow hit you as he was coming in, and he's saying for that he was incarcerated for 13 months.
No.
That's a long time.
Right. If you were to ask our son, who was present during this, what happened, he said he would tell people his daddy was in jail for punching mommy in the face.
But he didn't punch you in the face, Ms.
Right.
Spencer.
I agree.
But he didn't punch you in the face.
Right. I also have a letter from Mr. Drever that I'd like to submit, if I may, please.
I'd like to see it. Well, it's a nasty letter, but he spent 13 months in jail for something that really has some mitigating circumstance to it. Did you have a trial?
Well, ma'am, the way the situation worked, I had 3 days.
Did you have a trial?
No, ma'am. I had a plea bargaining hearing.
What was the plea bargain?
13.5 months, or I would
on the old case and this case.
In this case, to get it cleared out. If I would have taken it to trial, and even if I would have won the trial, they were going to send me away for 7 years.
On the parole violation.
On the probation violation, correct.
Your Honor, he also has a copy of his arrest history with him. If you could look at that, you would kind of get an idea.
I believe, listen to me, Miss Spencer.
Yes, ma'am.
My dear, I believe that Mr. Drever has a very bad temper. Whether he has resolved his very bad temper, I don't know. But you and I both know that you precipitated this altercation that happened in September of 2001 by blocking the door. First of all, by moving back in with him.
He moved in with me.
You permitted that.
Right.
You knew his history. You permitted that. And if he was going inside to get a six-pack of beer and you decided you didn't want him to do that and you stood in his way, he's allowed to go into his home.
Well, there's an incident that precipitated that I didn't get a chance to say. I had left. We got into an argument. I had left and gone to my friend's house. When I came back, my son was dressed, sitting on top of a suitcase, and said that him and Daddy were going back to Lenny. That's his ex-girlfriend. So I was trying to keep him out of the house because I didn't know that he wasn't going to take my son and leave.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He owes me over $7,000 in child support.
You mean for this past year as well?
Yeah, but the state of Ohio doesn't overlook it because he was in jail. They don't care.
I care. I care.
And later today,
she said, well, I need the money. She said, because I got to pay bills and feed my children. I said, well, I don't have it right now. She said, well, you better get it.
You're a hustler.
I'm a hustler.
You're a hustler.
I'm about as much hustler.
You're a hustler.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Candace Spencer says the father of her child, Keith Drever, owes for rent and a cell phone bill. Keith says Candace had him falsely arrested and thrown in jail for 13 months.
Just a second. You left and left your son with him.
And a roommate. I left to give him a cooling off period.
But you left your son with him, so
Right.
clearly you were not concerned for your son's safety. You knew he was with his father and he was going to be okay. So you both cooled off for a while.
Right.
Why did you prevent him from going back into the house?
Because he had started yelling and screaming and threatening me in front of our roommate, and I was afraid that he was going to do something to me or my son, so I was trying to keep him out of the apartment. I was trying to close the door, and he was trying to get back in.
Okay. Do you see your son now, Mr. Drever?
Yes, ma'am.
How often?
As much as I can.
You have a court order of visitation?
No, ma'am.
He has a court-ordered child support that he hasn't paid. He owes me over $7,000 in child support.
Well, just a second. You mean for this past year as well?
Yeah, but the state of Ohio doesn't overlook it because he was in jail. They don't care. It's the state of Ohio child support. I agree.
I care.
Well, I understand.
Good. But you see your son.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Drever, I want you to understand this, sir. I think that what you have to do is you have to put a period with regard to this bad feeling. She lets you visit with your son, even without a court order. I think that you ought to pay her this money. Clearly you owe her the money, and the reason that you say you're not going to pay her the money is because you're angry that she had you incarcerated for 13 months.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Right? Part of that responsibility is yours. You were in that position. Had you not been on parole for a very serious case, you wouldn't have been facing 7 years in jail. Is that right?
That's correct, ma'am.
So, and nobody put you in that position except you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, it's unfortunate. But I think that you got to pay her this money for the phone. I don't think, however, that you have to pay her the money for the rent, and I'm going to tell you why. She blocked your entrance to your home. She refused to give you entry into a premises that was your home. She not entitled to any rent for that month. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Good. Judgment for the plaintiff, not in the amount requested, which is $880, but $678.20, which is the amount of the phone bill. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I can be thrown in jail for doing nothing, basically, and then lose a year income and then still have to pay her money.
I'm a bigger person, and I allow him to see our son without the fact that he hasn't paid me any child support, so I'm going to get along with him as best as I can for the sake of our son.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Moore versus Muhammad, step forward, please.
Pharmacy technician Tracy Moore is suing her ex-boyfriend, private detective Busharat Muhammad, for an unpaid loan to get his car out of the shop. Busharat is countersuing for medical bills as the result of Tracy's harassment.
Miss Moore, you claim a loan, a small one, of $200 to the defendant who at some point was a boyfriend of yours.
Yes.
Mr. Mohammed says there was never a loan. You did, in fact, give him $200, which is the amount you're suing for, but that was for work that he was doing for you in his capacity as a private investigator. Mr. Mohammed has filed a counterclaim alleging that because you harassed him for this $200 over a long period of time, he developed an ulcer, and he would like you to pay some $2,000 for his medical bills. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you meet him, and when did you give him the $200?
I met him at the end of July in 2002. I loaned him the $200 on September 2nd in the agreement that he was going to pay me back.
September 2nd?
Yes, ma'am.
So did you start to date him? Were you dating him in July and August?
You could say that, yes.
What do you mean? I don't want to say that. I want to know if you want to say that.
Sorry. It was more of he tried starting to take control of me and was making me call him all the time, and so I guess he was claiming me as his girlfriend, yes.
I don't know what that means.
Your Honor, she's lying. That's why she can't even tell the court straight what's going on.
I'm going to get to you in a second. Did you go out to dinner together?
No, ma'am.
Did you go to a movie together?
No, ma'am.
Did you go visit a park together?
No, he was always...
A zoo?
No.
I don't want to hear anything. Did he come to your house?
Yes.
For dinner?
No, ma'am.
Did you have an intimate relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about this $200 in September.
He asked me to loan him $200 so he can get his car out of a shop.
Tell me where you were when you had this discussion.
In my apartment.
And exactly what did he say to you?
He asked me if he could borrow the $200 so he can get his car out of the shop, and that he would pay me back within 2 days when he got his money. And then he took me to the bank to cash my check, and that's when I gave him the $200.
And what happened on September 2nd? After that, you didn't see him anymore?
He didn't come over, and I would try and call him, and he told me to stop harassing him, and he would hang up on me.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Mohammed, let me hear you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, Your Honor, we never dated. We had a friendship, but we never dated. That's why she couldn't get it straight. I never told her my car was in the shop. She came to me. She said that her mother was trying to...
Just a second. She came to you where?
Well, we were at her house talking.
So you were at her house?
Exactly.
She didn't come to you?
No, we were at her house.
You went to her house?
I went to her house to visit her.
Go ahead.
And she said that her mother was her mother was really upset. And I said, about what? And she said, well, because she is trying to get money from her ex-husband, trying to garnish his wages. I said, well, I did investigation part-time before. If you want me to try to help you, I can save her a lot of money by taking her down to the court places where you could buy the paperwork, show her how to fill the paperwork out. She could do it herself.
You were going to take her to the courthouse?
No.
To where?
I have a client of mine that owns a store where he sells paper, you know, the packets that show you how to file on landlord disputes and certain things, small individual.
So you were going to take her to the store?
Yes, ma'am.
And get her the right set of forms?
Exactly.
Go ahead.
And she said, yes. She said, well, I told her, well, for a flat fee of $200, I would do that. Ms. Moore said, I'll give it to him when I get my check in the mail.
Okay, so that's what you say it was for. You took her to the bank, she gave you the $200.
Exactly.
And that was on what date, sir?
That was around September the 7th or 8th.
Okay. Now, when did you take her mother to the store?
I never did.
Stop! You never did?
No, ma'am.
Well, that's what you were supposed to do, according to your answer, Mr. Mohammed, for the $200.
Exactly.
So you didn't do what you had said you were going to do?
No, ma'am. I didn't.
Why not?
Because I tried to contact her mother 3 days in a row. In fact, after I got the money the next day, I called her. I said, look, we need to try to get down there and take her to the stationery store.
Okay, so you didn't get together with the mother, so keep going.
So she called me about 2 days later and said, I want the money back.
Right.
I said, I don't have it right now. I said, my thing was to help your mother. She said, well, I need the money. She said, because I got to pay bills and feed my children. I said, well, I don't have it right now. She said, well, you better get it.
You're a hustler.
I'm a hustler.
You're a hustler.
I'm about as much hustler
You're a
as you
hustler.
are.
You're a hustler, Mr. Mohammed. Let me tell you why you're a hustler. Because I read your answer very carefully. Let's understand what you've just testified to before I get to it. You said to me that this was not a loan.
Right.
This had nothing to do with your car.
Exactly.
You said to... Don't agree with me, sir. You said to me that you were having a discussion with her. She said her mother needed to do some work to get some alimony or support from her ex-husband. You had a friend who had a stationery store. You were going to take her mother down there and make sure she got the right forms. That's not something that costs $200.
No, I'm
just let me finish. I'm finishing now, but that's what you were going to do. And then, for one reason or another, within a day or two, you realized that this wasn't going to come about. You weren't going to take her mother down to get the forms, and therefore you had done nothing so far. Nothing for that $200. Now let me read from your answer, sir. In August, she hired me to do some investigating on her mother's ex-husband. I made them a deal that I would do the work for a flat fee of $200 up front. I got started on the case. What case? Going to your friend's store? In any case, I started the work, and the few days I put in on the case are worth more than $200. That's what you swore to. You did nothing. Nothing. So why didn't you give it back to her?
Because she had people coming over to where I live at, threatening me on the phone.
Why didn't you just give her back the $200 or say to her,
because she
I'm
never
sorry,
said,
Miss Moore, I shouldn't have spent it before I did anything, but I
told her
spent
that.
it.
I told her that.
Did you tell her you would give it back to her?
I did tell her that.
Did you tell her when?
I told her to give me a couple of weeks.
So why, Mr. Mohammed, did you swear to, in your statement to me, that you had already done work on the case? Why didn't you just say, I told her that I would give her back her money, just give me 2 weeks, I didn't have it? Why didn't you write that in your answer?
Because I did tell her that. I did tell her I would give her the money back.
You didn't tell that to me.
Even though I initially had started, even though I contacted her 3 days in a row to contact her mother. I even met with her mother. Her mother came by and I talked to her mother.
You getting the whole thing?
I went to her house and talked to her mother.
You're getting the whole thing, right? All right, let's get to your counterclaim. So she bothered you. She called you 50 times a day.
No, she's sending people over to my house threatening me with terroristic threats, physical violence.
And that gave you an ulcer?
That's not how you go about getting your money.
That gave you an ulcer?
Well, what gave me ulcer was deciding, well, should I kill these people for threatening me over $200? Or should I try? Because people don't understand. Little small things start great wars. And these people were threatening me with physical violence about $200. I'm not no punk or pushover. So if they got to bring a life to take a life, my point is that they come to take my life, I'm going to take theirs, even if it's about $200.
Good. Okay. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $200. Your counterclaim's dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Caught me sleep there. Your Honor, this is case number 307 on the calendar in the matter of Sane versus Ross. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Ms. Sane, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you, scratched your face, causing you to bleed, scarring, etc.
Yes, ma'am.
When her car, which had been illegally parked in an area where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
When you requested that she move that car?
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant says that she was only there for a minute and that she was merely defending herself, but she has very long nails, which caused the scratching to your face. Is that right?
That's correct.
Now, on what date did this happen?
April 2nd.
Where?
At my apartment where I live, out in the front parking area.
Are there outdoor parking spaces?
There is 6 spaces on each side. When she parked her car into the fire lane, there was empty spots that she could have parked in.
Is that correct?
No, that is not correct. It wasn't a fire lane, and my car was not illegally parked. I backed in to unload a vacuum cleaner. She illegally parked because she backed around.
No, Miss Ross. Listen to me. Your car was not parked in a legal spot.
It wasn't illegally parked either.
What does that mean, madam? You explain what that means to me.
It was not parked in a fire lane.
Where was it parked? It was parked in a regular parking space?
No, it was parked in the middle of it.
In the middle of
the driveway. It was parked in the middle of the driveway.
Oh, okay. So it's parked in the middle of a driveway.
Exactly. She could have went around either way.
Why didn't you park the car in an appropriate parking place?
Because I was only in and out. I went there to drop off a vacuum.
Just a minute. So you parked your car in an illegal place, in a driveway. That's what you did. Now, you were where? You came home and found the car there, or your car was already there?
I had went to my storage space, me and my witness and another friend. We had pulled my truck back to the very back of the apartments. I live in a fourplex. And when I came out, the way I had went in, I couldn't go back out that way because there was vehicles filling my side and on the other duplex's side. So I was going to go around the very first car, go out through the front. But the lady that lives in apartment B, she always parks real far back, and her car was parked in the fire lane. I could not get through there.
Okay, so you could not get through to pull out so that you could get into your parking space?
Yes, ma'am.
Because her car was blocking you?
Yes, ma'am.
So what did you do?
I honked a horn. Like I said, we live in a small, it's just a fourplex. I figured whoever owned it would come out. Nobody did.
Now, when you went into your storage space, was her car there?
No, ma'am.
How long were you in the storage space?
Probably about 30 minutes.
And when you came out, her car was there, and you said you started honking the horn. What
Yes.
happened when you honked the horn?
The children from the apartment next to me came up and asked me what my problem was, and asked me if they knew who the car belonged to, and they said yes, that her name was Evelyn, and she was at their parents' house. And I asked them if they could go ask her to move it.
Did they do that?
Yes, ma'am, and they came back and said that she said she would move it when she got ready.
Okay, and about how long were the children gone?
Just a few minutes.
A minute or two? No
Yes,
more than
ma'am.
that. And then what's the very next thing that happened?
About that time, she came around the corner, and she started walking over to her car, and I told her she needed to move her car at that time. And she stated that
What
she
did you
would-
say to her?
I told her that she needed to move her car.
That's not what she said.
No, I'm sure that's not what
That
she
is
said.
not what
What
she
did
said.
you say?
That's the nicest version she could have put it in.
I want to know what you said to her.
I told her that she needed to move the car at that time, and she said she was not going to move the car.
That's
And I
what she said.
And I said, yes.
I don't want to hear you until I look at you and say to you, speak. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, that's not my question. My question is, do you understand? Not whether you hear. I was sure you heard me. Question is, do you understand what I
Yeah, I
said?
understand.
Good. Now,
So I told her, yes, you will move the car.
and then what happened?
I went to the apartment right in where my truck was parked at, apartment B, and asked them if I could use the phone to call the police.
Okay.
And I called the police, and I told them that there was a lady parked in the fire lane. She wouldn't move the car. I had my back towards her, and just as I started to turn around...
You were in somebody's apartment?
No,
or-
I was outside beside my truck, which was a good 25 feet away from her car.
Okay, go ahead.
I had my back towards Miss Ross, and I just started to turn around, and I seen her running at me from behind. And at that point, she stabbed me underneath my eye with her keys and began to scratch my face.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She came out cussing and being very belligerent to me, and she kept cussing at me. She came out with that phone and swung. When she swung at me, she got swung back on.
And later today,
Your son was in jail. Domestic abuse. You spoke to your granddaughter.
I called her that day.
That day I got called out of work to get $500 for my father to get bailed out of jail.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melba Sane says, during an argument over a parking space, Evelyn Ross gouged her eyes. Evelyn says Melba swung first.
Okay. You have photographs of what
Yes,
your face
ma'am.
looked like?
Your Honor, that's not what happened. That's not the truth.
I thought you said you understood.
I guess I forgot saying that, but that's not the
I
truth.
thought you said you understood.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll hear you.
Miss Sane started off by telling me to move my car, and she said it at least 5 times, and there is a police report from me to the Arlington police saying that. I told her she did not have to talk to me like that in order for me to move my car. On April 2nd, 2002, my daughter had a state track meet in which I was already running late to get to. She came out cussing and being very belligerent to me was the reason I got defensive. When she got those people's phone, she ran up to the car on the phone, shaking her finger at me. I'm moving my car, and she was
Just a
still
second,
coming
Howie,
out.
just a second, Miss Ross. You just said that she came up shaking her finger at you, but you were already moving your car.
Right.
Right. So you were inside of your car.
Right.
But there came a time when you moved outside of your car, because I'm looking at these photographs of her face. So at some point, you got out of your car. When did you get out of your car?
I got out of my car once it was out of the middle of the parking lot into a parking place.
Okay, now just 1 second, so that let me understand this, Miss Ross. You were in your car, and she was being belligerent, and she was on the phone, and she was yelling and cursing at you.
Right.
So you get into your car, and you put it in reverse?
Yes.
And you move back.
Into a parking spot.
Just a second. You move back.
Right.
Into a parking space.
Right.
And then what do?
I got out of my car.
Now you're on your way and you're running late to your daughter's track meet. You want to explain to me why you got out of your car?
Because I left something inside of the house.
Really?
And
what
yes.
did you leave inside of the house?
I'm not sure at this point what it was, but I got out of my car for a reason. Either my cigarettes or something, cigarettes, lighter, one of the two.
Either your cigarettes or your lighter that were, I assume, more important than the track meet that your daughter was in.
No, it wasn't
running late
more important.
Okay.
It wasn't more
So
important.
what did you do when you got out of the car?
I got out of the car and attempted to go back around to my friend's house, and she kept cussing at me. And when she came out with that phone and swung. When she swung at me, she got exactly those scratches. She got swung back on. She swung first, and Arlington Police Department have a report saying so. She swung first. That's the reason it wasn't a criminal case.
I'll see the police report, please.
See it.
I'll see the police report. You think I believe your story that you left something inside? That you were in such fear, Miss Ross, quiet, that you were in such fear of her screaming and cursing at you that you were in your car, you could have gone your own way and stopped off and bought another lighter or a pack of cigarettes, whichever it was that was so important that you can't even remember it now. You would have been out of harm's way and gone, except you decided to pull into a parking space and get out and not confront her. Oh, no. To go back inside to the apartment that you just came from to get something that you can't remember as we speak now and cause this type of damage to her face.
That was from my hand. That's not from a key.
Speak not.
Your Honor.
Shh. Well, that's very unfortunate. This friend of yours who finally, after several missed appointments, went to talk to the police. Nobody else, according to the investigating police officer, wanted to get involved in this whole incident. I wonder why. I am satisfied after hearing your testimony and after hearing your testimony that you were the instigator in this whole incident, Miss Ross. You had the absolute ability to extricate yourself, to leave this argument, which you had caused by illegally parking your car.
What was
because
she
I'm speaking! By illegally parking your car and then saying to the kids who came in to tell you to please move your car that I'll move my car when I'm good and ready. That's the kind of persona that I'm seeing as you're standing here testifying today. Those are the exact words that would come out of your mouth. Now, I'm not saying that Miss Sane didn't use some vulgarities when you finally did come out. I believe she did. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That does not give you the right to cause the injuries that you did, which you caused. And for that, I am awarding the plaintiff $5,000. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused.
She was the instigator.
She approached me and attacked me from behind.
She started it.
I have a statement from a dermatologist about the scars on my face.
She got her butt whooped because of it.
The hole in my face.
Looked like someone had been mauled by a grizzly bear.
She came out cussing and swinging at me.
It's consistent, he says, with a stab wound.
And I'm not gonna ever let anybody hit me and just walk away or drive away.
She told me she would be back.
She came after me and she got tore up because of it.
This isn't the end.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of White versus Atkinson. Step forward, please.
Babysitter Jackie White is suing her granddaughter, 20-year-old nurse's assistant Melissa Atkinson, for an unpaid loan to bail her father out of jail.
Miss Atkinson, how old are you?
20.
This is your grandma.
Yep.
Who do you live with now?
Me and my fiance and my daughter.
How old is your daughter?
8 months.
When you were growing up, who did you live with?
My mother.
Only your mother?
Yep.
What about your father?
Non-existent.
That's her son, is that right? Did you have any sort of relationship with your grandmother?
Yep. Somewhat.
As you were growing up, you saw her?
Yep.
Try yes, it sounds
Yes.
nicer. It's a courtroom. How frequently did you see your grandmother as you were growing up?
More when I was younger than now.
And you saw her despite the fact that you had no relationship with your father. He wasn't around.
He was around, but not often.
Shh. Put your hand down. So she was around more than your dad?
Yep. Yes.
When you say she was around more than your dad, she would come to visit you, or you would go and spend time with her even though her son wasn't around?
Yes.
So you would say that during the time you were little, and even a little older, she was a reasonable grandparent?
Yes.
Now I'm going to get to the case. Ms. White, you're suing your granddaughter because you claim that there was a time, some time ago, recently, that your son was in jail, was incarcerated, and needed bail money. He called you. You had most of the bail money that he needed. Whatever you had was about $470. $400 for bail and $70 for some fee. You spoke to your granddaughter. Granddaughter managed to get together another $100. You posted $500 bail for your son. Sometime later, he appeared in court. The bail was returned, but it was returned to your granddaughter, and your granddaughter did not give you back your money. Granddaughter says that you never gave her a dime. Okay? That's what the case is about.
Right.
Which is the reason that I was asking you a whole bunch of questions, Ms. Atkinson, because I didn't know what kind of relationship you had with your grandmother, and I don't know why your grandmother would sue you anyway, even if what she says is true, because that's sort of something that family doesn't do, especially for not life-altering amounts of money. So you're going to explain that too to me, Ms. White.
I had to borrow the money from my sister. She wired it up Western Union for me to get the bail money. And then I had to pay her back. And I was expecting to get my money back from Melissa when this bond was paid back.
When did your son call you?
April 27th. I've got a phone number here where I called my sister on the 28th. She wired the money up the 28th.
When was your son incarcerated?
27th.
For what?
I've got a record here. You'll have to look at this.
Can I see it? Domestic abuse. Who was he living with?
His girlfriend.
So she was the complainant in the case?
Probably, yes.
Okay, so you got the money, and you got about $400.
Mm-hmm. Melissa put in $100.
Okay, and when did you call her?
I called her that day to go with me, ask her if she had any money to help me pay the bill. She said she'd get up $100. I told her I had $400 coming.
And that's what the bail was, $500?
Yes, she went with me to pick up the money from the Western Union. She was with me when I picked it up. We proceeded to the jailhouse. I let her put it in her name. It's my granddaughter. I don't think she's going to try and get the money, keep the money from me. The day he got out, the day this was all dismissed, I called her up, told her she'd go down and pick up the money. According to her, she didn't have a driver's license. She needed $700 and something for a license. I said, I can't do that. Get your mass ID. I can't do that, she says. So that was it. I never did see the money. That was the end of it.
Okay, go ahead.
All I have to say is if it was all of her money, like she claims, first it's so many different amounts. First it's $470. Now it's $400.
No, she
and
never
early
said
on it was $350.
Oh, you tell me what? You tell me your version of the story.
I'm just telling you that if it was all her money, that day I got called out of work to come and get $500 up.
Tell me what happened.
I got called out of work to get $500 up.
By
to
whom?
get my father, by her, for my father, to get bailed out of jail. So I got called out of work, had to come home, find money, spend the whole day waiting for a bail bondsman, and then of course it's my money, I'm going to put my name down so I can get my money back.
Where did you get the money from?
I had some cash saved over from my daughter's savings bonds.
Run that by me again.
They give me money to get savings bonds for my daughter.
Who does?
His family, my fiance's family. So I had that in a drawer.
How much did you have?
$500.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Why would I have Western Union?
I don't believe you.
That's fine.
I know it's fine. But don't you feel ridiculous coming up and telling a bald-faced lie?
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are. I mean, it's a bald-faced lie, and it sounds so stupid.
Well, if it was her money, why didn't she put it in her name? What was the whole point of that anyway?
That's not the issue. The issue is that family usually trusts each other.
Oh, well.
Family usually trusts each other. Do I think that you have $500 in cash sitting around because your fiancé's family over the course of 6 months or a year has given you money for your 8-month-old child that you just keep in a drawer?
Yeah.
And you have a job?
Yep.
What kind of job do you have?
Nursing assistant.
You get paid check or cash?
Cash.
Cash?
Yep.
Interesting. When was the last time you filed tax returns?
Last year.
Good. How much did you report on your tax returns?
$12,000.
So you have a checking account?
No.
Really?
Really?
You keep all the money that you make in cash in your house?
Most of it.
That's dumb.
It works. Might not work for you, but it works for me.
You have to see. Now, what I don't understand is why a 20-year-old girl who seems not to have really started her life out in an orderly fashion to begin with, by having an 8-month-old child, being unwed, having a job, no checking account, no savings account, I assume, why you would want to cut off a grandparent who had been perfectly reasonable to you during your growing up years. I have no idea. But if attitude could make you wealthy, you'd be a very wealthy woman. Attitude is not going to make you wealthy. Being an honest person will make you at least an honorable person. Never going to get there. Thick. Maybe it's your son's genes.
I hope not.
Well, maybe. Anyway, the $70 she doesn't owe you. She owes you $400 because the bail was $500. It may have cost you $70 to get the money from your sister, but all you put down was $400. I believe that you put down $400 in bail, and I believe she got that money back, and I believe she decided she needed it. You get it back. That's all. Judgment of the plaintiff, $400.
Now, this is case number 406 on the calendar in the matter of Coles versus Plunkett. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, ma'am. Have a seat.
Miss Coles, how old are you?
19 years old.
Do you work?
Not at this time, I don't.
What do you do?
I was a student. I'm not doing anything right now.
Who do you live with?
My mother.
How do you know them?
I know Kunta Plunkett. I met him at a bar in the casino.
What's his first name?
Kunta.
Who is that?
That's me.
How old are you?
25.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a millwright.
What does that mean?
It's like a machinist.
You get paid a weekly salary?
Yes.
What's your salary?
About $700.
And what do you do for a living?
Construction worker.
You his brother?
Yes.
How old are you?
28 years old.
How did you meet her?
We met at the casino last year.
Did you go out with her?
Yeah.
For how long?
About 7 months.
Did you go out with her exclusively?
Yeah.
So you didn't see anybody else?
I did not, no.
Okay. Now, Miss Coles, it's your claim that these two gentlemen scammed you out of almost $4,000. And I want you to tell me how that happened.
Okay, it came about that he asked me one day.
Who's he?
Kunta asked me if I had a checking account.
I want you to look at me when you speak. If you had a checking account.
If I had a checking account. And I told him yes. And then he said he knew a way that I can get free stuff. And he told me how it was done.
Well, why don't you explain to me what he said to you?
He said that...
I want you to look at me when you're explaining this.
I am. He said that we could get free stuff by me writing my name in different signatures on checks, take them to the stores, write the checks.
What do you mean he told you write your name differently on the checks?
Like write your name on the checks differently.
So that you can then later say that it wasn't your signature?
Yes. Go to the bank after the checks went through.
Just a minute.
I'm sorry.
Okay. What were you going to tell them at the bank?
Let the bank contact me after the checks went through. And when the bank contacted me, let them know that I didn't write the checks. And he made it sound real good.
You mean like it was a good way of...
Like the bank would pay for everything. I wouldn't pay for anything. I was stupid. I mean...
Stupid? You knew that it was wrong. You knew it was wrong.
Not yes.
What do you mean not yes? What does that mean, not yes?
I mean, yes, I knew it was wrong, but I guess I wasn't thinking at the time, Your Honor.
Well, you better start thinking.
I did, right after everything. I mean, it was too late. Right
so
after.
You went shopping with the two of them?
Yes. He asked me to buy some stuff for his brother, Arthur. His brother would pay me back.
No, he didn't.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
no, did you write checks for Arthur stuff?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if you wrote checks for Arthur stuff, it was your intention, Miss Coles, that the bank was paying.
But he told me he would pay me. No, he did.
Miss Coles,
okay.
Let me make this clear to you. Already you told me that you were a thief. Shh, please, this is not funny. Already you explained to me in detail why you were a thief. I don't want you to be a liar, too.
I'm not.
Because listen to me carefully. What you just told me, Miss Coles, was that you went along with a scheme to defraud the bank by writing your signature in different ways so that later you could disclaim that you ever wrote those checks, so that the bank would think that somebody got a hold of your checks.
Yes, ma'am.
And forged your signature so that he wasn't going to pay you back for the stuff because you weren't going to pay for the stuff to begin with. The bank was going to pay for it.
But, Your Honor, they told me he would pay me. He said he would give me something. And after it was done that weekend, I realized that what I did was wrong. And I went to the bank. I called attorney, I told her everything that happened, and she advised me to go to my bank and talk to my bank manager. That's exactly what I did. And I stopped myself from getting in any more trouble. And I paid $3,363 of it off, and I'm still paying for it. And all I want is for them to pay for the merchandise that they have. I want them to take responsibility of what they did.
What they did was make a fool out of you.
Yes.
According to you, what they did was make a fool out of you, but you were a thief. You were a forger.
But I don't have a background of thief. I'm just a college student. I mean, I was doing good. I just want to go back to school and get my education. I don't have a background of stealing at all.
You did?
Yes, I did. And I learned my lesson. I just
all
want my
right.
money
Now
back.
let me hear from you, the Plunkett boys.
You want to talk first?
Who you want to talk to first?
Whoever feels like talking to me.
Okay. Well, first of all, her case is crazy. Well, she's crazy. But that weekend, she had told me she had cheated on me, and then I was like, well, I don't know about if I want to be with you or not. So that Friday, we ended up going shopping. She didn't say nothing about.
I don't want to hear from you now. And
prior to that, I was.
Take a look at my eyes when we're speaking. Put your papers down.
I'm sorry.
Did you ever have a discussion with her, Mr. Plunkett, with regard to using various signatures on checks in order to defraud a bank?
No.
You think she made that up all by herself?
She must have. She's crazy.
No. Well, you were with her for 7 months, sir. When did you decide she was crazy?
Well, she looked up my criminal record. She was.
Was there a lot to look up, Mr. Plunkett?
I mean.
Please.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does. It matters.
That's my stuff.
Mr. Plunkett, pay careful attention to my questions.
Yeah.
You had been arrested previously in what year?
92.
For what?
Drug selling.
Was that the first time, Mr. Plunkett, that you were arrested?
Yeah.
Shh, quiet.
No.
Let's take from 1996, Mr. Plunkett, forward. How many arrests do you have after 1996?
I had several. I mean, I really can't tell you. It was like minor stuff, driving on suspension. And
No,
stuff
I'm
like
not
that.
talking about driving with a suspended license. I'm talking about other things.
Felonies?
Felonies or misdemeanors?
That drug charge is probably the only felony that I had on there.
May I say something? I have
Just
a copy.
You have a copy of this
Yes,
arrest
ma'am.
record? Maybe it'll refresh his recollection. Can I see it, please?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how crazy she is.
I have pulled a copy.
That's not crazy.
I have both of theirs, Your Honor.
I'd like to take a look at that.
Okay.
Make it much easier for me. Oh, it's almost a novel.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't like you, Mr. Plunkett. The fact that you are not a nice person, the fact that you have absolutely no moral fiber, the fact that evidently it runs in the family because you got a brother who suffers from the same affliction. Total losers.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Serena Cole says her ex-boyfriend, Kunta Kinte Plunkett, and his brother, Arthur, conned her out of thousands. Serena says the brothers were using her to run a bad check scam.
What were the arrests for false information, Arthur?
Giving the wrong name or something.
Or something.
I don't deny nothing, I know I'm not an angel. I don't deny.
Sure aren't an angel, sir.
I don't deny me having a history or whatever. I don't know the plaintiff.
Why, if you don't really know her, sir, why would you let her purchase things for you?
Well, things that I received from the plaintiff, I was under intention that it came from my brother as a housewarming gift. I had just purchased a house. I didn't ask
What did you purchase for Arthur?
It's right here, ma'am.
Let me see what you purchased for Arthur.
It's both of theirs.
I want to see what you purchased for Arthur.
For me, she purchased a table and a mattress set from the Salvation Army.
You just said to me 2 moments ago she didn't purchase anything from me. Anything that I got from my brother.
Yeah.
Now you say to me she purchased mattresses and a table for you. Were you with her when she purchased it?
Yeah, we were together.
Yes.
My mother was with me also, and
I didn't ask whether your mother was there. I said, were you there with her when she purchased it?
Yes.
So then you knew it didn't come from your brother.
no, I was under the intention that it did come from my brother.
I don't know what you mean you were under the intention. I have no idea what that means. Does that mean you were under the impression?
I was under the impression.
That's
Right.
better.
Exactly. When I just purchased the house, I didn't have a bed. And me and my brother had discussed I was needing a bed. He said, well, okay, I know where you can get a cheap bed. It may be used, but it's something for you to sleep on.
Yeah.
And so I'm the only one that had a truck, and she needed a ride. He was there with me also. And so he picked out the bed. It was just a used Salvation Army bed.
Who paid for it?
Serena.
Look 'em.
Yeah. Serena.
Why would she do that for you?
Because she was my brother's woman. Ex-woman.
So before you were mistaken, Arthur, when you said that anything that you got came from your brother, you actually were with her when she bought you a bed and a table.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah, we were all together.
No, we were not.
Can't you just say yes?
Yes.
So you were together and she purchased it. Now you're telling me she purchased it for you because she's your brother's woman.
Yes.
So you know that she's your brother's woman.
Yes.
You know her well?
Yeah, I seen her at my brother's house. And
Have you ever been to her house?
yeah, I've been to her house.
So you know a little bit about her.
Fairly.
What does she do for a living?
She was a student, and
She was a student.
yeah, and
Right.
She
was a student.
Yeah, and some odd jobs or telemarketing, whatever she done.
And she lived at home, is that right?
Yes.
You're in construction. Where do you think she got the money to buy you a mattress?
According from what I heard, they were going to buy a truck, and it was his money included with hers.
For what you heard from whom?
From my brother. I just heard them talking about it. So I'm under this assumption that their money were together.
So why wouldn't your brother write a check out of his checking account?
Probably because the truck didn't go through. I guess he was getting his money out of it.
You think that your brother, who's got an arrest record as long as Bird's arm, is going to take the money that he earns as being a machinist and give it to this 19-year-old to put in her bank account so that she could write checks? Is that what you think?
Yes.
He's going to take his money and give it to her? Because he's just a good guy.
I thought they were purchasing a vehicle together.
So you think that your brother took the money that he was earning and gave it to her and said, honey, I want you to put this money in your checking account that's only in your name. Look at him. He can't even, he said, me, I'm not that stupid. Huh? But you think he's that stupid. What I want to know is, you think your brother is that stupid? Because he doesn't think he's that stupid.
Right. I don't go to the store and say, hey, let me see your checks, or let me see whose name is on it.
That's not what I'm asking you, sir.
Yeah.
You're not following what I'm asking you, Arthur.
Yeah, I never knew whose name was on it.
I'm asking you whether you think your brother is that stupid that he would take his money and give it to her and say, you put it in the bank in an account in your name.
No, I don't think he would give you something for just her name.
That's what I want. So he wouldn't be that stupid.
Right, he wouldn't be.
Okay. So if he's not that stupid, then he would have a joint checking account with her, right?
Something joint.
So that when you went to the mattress place, he would have written a check.
Possible.
But he didn't.
Not that store.
Not that store. Where did he write a check for you?
The Salvation.
Arthur, in what store did your brother write the check?
He has a checking card, a check card.
Debit card.
Debit cards.
In what store did he use his debit card for you?
For himself, I've seen him use it on gas. I've seen him use it on.
She talking about this.
Well, this incident, he doesn't have a habit of just going out buying things for me. It's just that
Arthur,
that case.
Arthur, your primary language is English, is it not?
Yes.
I am going to ask you the question again, because sometimes it takes you a couple of minutes to get it. On the day when you went shopping with the plaintiff and your brother to get stuff for your house, in what store did your brother use his debit card for you?
For me, none.
That's an answer, Arthur. You see how easy that is? Yeah. Now, you would like me to believe, sir, that these were gifts that she purchased for you because you found out, according to you, that she had cheated on you. God forbid, because you've never cheated on her, right? And she wanted to make that up to you by going out and spending thousands of dollars in this scheme that she concocted all by herself, because she's not smart, right?
Evidently.
Where's all this stuff?
The stuff she purchased after finding this out, the total of mine came to about $200. I don't know where $1,500.
Okay, so it came to $200. So what'd you do?
I still got the bed and the table.
Did you give her back the money?
No, I didn't. It was a gift. I wasn't supposed to.
Well, then you found out that she had this elaborate scheme. Let's say it was her scheme. And she went to the bank immediately and she said, listen, I don't want to get into any more trouble.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just give back the stuff?
Well, I talked to her lawyer, and first it was like $1,200. Then it's just been going up, you know. So from there, I seen myself getting deeper and deeper, and I called my lawyers, and they told me if she doesn't have contract, if she doesn't have it on paper, deal with that.
And what'd you do with all the stuff she got for you?
Well, I got it. She brought me this shirt. She brought me these shoes. I mean, she brought my kids some stuff. I mean, she gave it to me as a gift. I mean, what I'm supposed to do with it? I ain't giving it back.
When was the last time you were arrested?
Probably about 98, maybe longer than that.
No, you're right, 98. You're more recent than that.
Yes. Never been involved with no check cashing, schemes.
No, crack, cocaine, robbery, firearms, knuckles, brass knuckles, possession by a convicted felon, filing false information, controlled substance.
All before the age I was 18?
No. You were arrested in 2002 on the charge of assault.
Yeah.
And how old? You told me you were 28, is that right?
Yes. That's domestic violence.
I mean, that doesn't count.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Coles?
Yes.
I've had a rather enjoyable time with these two. I will tell you that. They are two total losers.
I know that. I understand that now.
Total losers.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Will always be.
Yes.
And there isn't much of a question in my mind that I believe that this whole scheme was probably Sir Lancelot's idea.
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
Miss Coles, they're not going to pay a penny. You did it!
But they have the merchandise, Your Honor. I just want them to pay for the merchandise that they have. I have learned my... I learned my lesson.
Good.
I'm paying for...
Good. I'm glad you learned your lesson.
And I just want them to pay for what they have, Your Honor. I don't want them...
But for you, they wouldn't have anything, madam.
Thank you.
But I have a letter from my lawyer stating that they said they would reimburse me, Your Honor.
Let me take a look at the letter. Let me see what the letter says.
Is my signature on that letter?
What?
Is my signature going to be on that letter? I don't think it is.
Close your mouth. I don't like you, Mr. Plunkett. The fact that I'm teaching her a lesson, you're a loser. Your brother's a loser.
Thank you.
That doesn't necessarily mean she has to be a loser forever. She's 19 years old. But for the fact that she embarked on a scheme to defraud the bank by herself, she wouldn't be in this pickle. She didn't have to listen to you. Somebody says to you, jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, let's see how it feels. They do it, then they're stupid. You're not responsible, she's responsible. The fact that you are not a nice person, the fact that you have absolutely no moral fiber, the fact that evidently it runs in the family because you got a brother who suffers from the same affliction, that's not something the law can deal with. Where's the letter?
I left it in my case.
Well, I don't.
I'm sorry.
It really doesn't make any difference.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a very tough lesson, Miss Coles. By the way, when you came home, you told somebody about what you had done?
Yes.
Who did you tell?
My sister.
And your sister said, you're going to go to jail. You better take care of this. Is that what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, right.
And I did take care of it. I was working 4 jobs to get out of this. And I just want them to pay for some of it. I mean,
that would be the right moral thing for them to do, to pay for some of it. That would be the right moral thing for them to do. They are amoral people.
I just want them to
They
take
are without
responsibility.
morals, Miss Cole. And you should have known that because you're not a stupid girl. Somebody tells you to fake your signature so that the bank is going to pay out money, and then you're not going to have to pay because you're going to fill out an affidavit that says that's not my signature, when in fact it was your signature. My 10-year-old grandson would know that that's fraud. What do you want from the courts? You cannot come into a civil court and say, I want what's right to happen, because in order to do that, you have to come in with what they call in the law clean hands. You have to come in and say, I did nothing wrong. They did something wrong. I have clean hands. They have dirty hands. Somebody who doesn't come into court with clean hands cannot ask the court for help. Do you understand that? If you don't understand, I've just explained it to you. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is case number 407 on the calendar in the matter of Ackerman versus Hodges. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Hodges, you are the owner of this bar and grill?
It's a corporation. I'm the president, majority shareholder, yes.
What's the name of the club?
Belly Up Tavern.
How long have you been president?
28 years.
In the 28 years that you've owned the club, how many times have you been sued by patrons for having them illegally bounced from your club?
I'm going to guess 5.
Now, Miss Ackerman, it is your complaint that one or more of the defendant's employees that were employed as security in defendant's club forcibly ejected you from the club. Not only were you bruised physically during that time, but you were also emotionally bruised, embarrassed. The defendant's position is that you were drunk and disorderly and had to be forcibly removed from the club. Is that right, sir?
Correct.
Okay. This is the boyfriend who was with you that night?
Yes.
You are Mr. Parisi?
Yes.
Fine. Okay. Miss Ackerman, tell me what you were doing at the club that night.
It was supposed to be a really good band. We were actually down the way at a grand opening for a tile and bath store.
So you hadn't started out there?
Had not started out, had not had plans or intentions of going there in the first place.
How far was that from the defendant's pub?
Probably about 5 doors north, same sidewalk.
And what time did you arrive at the grand opening?
Around 8:30.
There was alcohol served there?
They were serving alcohol, yes.
Okay, and did you drink there?
I started to have a glass of wine poured for me, but they ran out of white wine, so I had maybe half a glass.
And was Mr. Parisi there with you at 8 o'clock?
Yes, he was.
Were you a guest of whom at this tile and bath place?
A woman named Susie Banks. She was working to open this new store.
When did you leave?
Around 9.
Okay, what happened at 9 o'clock?
Susie Banks gave us tickets.
Look at me.
Gave us tickets for the Belly Up. She said it was a really good band. I don't even recall the name of the band at this time. And she handed us the tickets and talked us into going over to the Belly Up.
And you got there about 9 o'clock?
Shortly after, we did stop at the Wild Note Cafe, which is right next door to the Belly Up, with another couple, and we shared dinner and shared 1 bottle of wine there.
What time did you leave dinner?
I know it was before 10 o'clock.
And you went to Belly Up Tavern?
We went into the Belly Up.
And you gave them your passes?
Mm-hmm.
And when you first arrived, did you have anything to drink?
No, I didn't. It was actually so crowded I couldn't even find my way to the bar, let alone order a drink.
Why don't you pick it up from there and tell me what happened with the defendant's employees?
I had gone into the bathroom.
What time?
I wasn't carrying a watch, so I really can't say. I'm sure that all this was over and done with by 11 o'clock. But when we came out, it was just way too overwhelmingly crowded for me. I wasn't enjoying myself, so I approached Lorenzo, told him that I was going to be leaving, and I didn't mind if he stayed. And I was headed towards the exit when 2 to 3 men approached me from behind. I didn't even see them coming.
And what happened?
And they started to put their arms on me without saying any words. That's my whole argument. I feel that they used excessive force instead of verbal communication. If they would have just spoken with me.
Tell me what they did exactly.
They started to put their arms on me.
What do you mean started to put their arms on you?
Well, they approached me from behind, so I couldn't really see. My peripheral was, pretty restricted.
Right.
And they didn't say anything. I asked who they were, what they wanted. I didn't hear any response. And as soon as they started to touch me, I started to shrug them off, shake them off, because I didn't want them touching me or on me. And they wrestled me to the ground and picked me up by my ankles and my wrists and carried me out the front door. And during the struggle, unfortunately my tube top had slid down around my waist, so as they were carrying me out by my ankles and my wrists, I couldn't even pull up my shirt. My whole upper body was exposed.
And what happened?
They dropped me off out front, and police came, and a friend drove me home.
Is there a police report?
I heard that there was a police report.
You don't have
I don't have it.
Fine.
I have a sheriff's report from when I made a report about not even 2 days later.
So you were not physically injured?
Minor scrapes and bruises all over my body, my back, my shoulders, my arms, my wrists.
Do you have any photographs for me?
No, it claims right here in the sheriff's report that he does note all of them, and he admits that when he tried to photograph it, the lighting was wrong. He shot directly.
I'd like to see that.
I highlighted that section with the actual injuries.
At first, you told the detective that you did not wish to prosecute the case. Is that right?
Yes.
What changed your mind? Did you see a lawyer?
I believe...
The answer is either yes or no. Did you see a lawyer?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I spoke with one on the phone.
How many days later did you speak to a lawyer?
The next day.
Did you go to the hospital or an emergency room that day or the next day?
No, I did not.
Was it at the suggestion of the lawyer that you called and make this sheriff's report?
I do not recall.
Sure you do. The only intervening act between the time this incident happened and the time 2 days later, not related to this incident, was your call to a lawyer. Is that right?
I did call a lawyer the next morning.
Fine. You also told the detective that you were going to see a doctor that day. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you go and see the doctor?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What doctor did you go and see? Was it a doctor, your personal physician?
It was through the Sharp Reese Steely Urgent Care, and I did not have a chance to pick up the records before I left. I do have my chiropractor's report.
You went to a chiropractor?
Yes, she
Had you ever-
referred.
Shh. I'm asking questions. Had you ever seen a chiropractor before?
Yes, I have back problems to begin with.
So you went to see the same chiropractor that you had seen before?
Actually, no, I had never seen James before.
So you went to a different chiropractor?
Yes.
Is the chiropractor that you went to a chiropractor that was recommended by your attorney?
Yes, he was.
It's almost like I have a crystal ball.
Sounds like you've been there before.
Yeah, I have been. Now, Mr. Hodges, were you there that evening?
No, I was not.
Are these your two employees?
One employee and one independent witness.
Who was the employee?
Mr. Samatua, right behind me.
And who was the independent witness?
Joe Taylor, and he's sitting next to Mr. Samatua.
Mr. Taylor, you want to step up here, sir?
Sure.
Were you a patron in the club that night?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you witness this event?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
How much did you had to drink?
I don't drink.
You don't drink at all?
Nope.
So what were you doing at this club?
Listening to the band.
Other than being a patron and visiting the club, do you know the defendant?
No, I do not.
Now tell me what you saw.
I was standing at the end of the bar, and I was just up stretching my legs because we were sitting close to the stage. And I just kind of heard a ruckus, and she had come out of the ladies' room. And I
Did you see that?
I didn't see her come out of the ladies' room, but I heard one of the bouncers, and I believe it was this gentleman, say to her, "You can't go around shoving people." And then she basically turned to him and told him to go himself.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I did serve her wine myself, and when we did run out of wine, she actually showed me behind my desk where she had a stash of wine.
That's not true.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Aaron Ackerman says nightclub owner David Hodges owes for an assault committed by bouncers at his club. David says Aaron was drunk and belligerent.
Go ahead.
And he got up and he put his hand on her arm and said, "You have to leave the premises." At that time is when she pulled away and he went to grab her again and she started to swing.
What do you mean she started to swing?
Well, she didn't want, leave me alone. And then at that time another bouncer came. And one of her shoes came off because she was kicking so hard and flew back over.
What do you mean she was kicking so hard?
She was trying to get away from him, I guess.
You mean she was standing up and kicking?
Yeah, at that time.
Go ahead.
Then a third bouncer saw what was happening. He came over and she was fighting so hard she slipped and she went down onto the ground onto her back. And she was kicking and trying to punch, scratching, and that's when she was exposed on her top.
Did you see her being removed from the premises?
I saw them finally pick her up and take her towards the front door, and that was the last I saw.
You were never close enough to her to determine whether or not she appeared to be intoxicated?
Not really. I couldn't smell her breath or anything like that, no.
Well, she acknowledges that she was, well, buzzed. Is that the word you used?
I believe it was, yes.
Yes, I see that in the report that you have here. The detective, you say you weren't drunk, but you were buzzed.
It's a little lightheaded.
Does that scenario sound familiar to you?
Not quite.
Well,
I didn't actually start kicking until I was already on the ground.
How did you get to the ground?
They wrestled me down.
That's not what he said. He said that you were kicking so hard that you slipped.
That I threw myself off my feet.
That you slipped.
Fell.
That you slipped and went down.
And no one was touching me on my way down.
Well, I'm not. They were trying to grab her to escort her out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And in all the ruckus.
Do you recall the security guard telling you that you have to leave?
He didn't say one word.
Do you recall saying anything to him?
No. Just, what do you want? What are you doing?
You don't recall anything that this gentleman says he heard you say, cursing at him?
No.
No.
Not till I got outside. I recall being very volatile.
That's not what he said. He said that within the club.
I did not swear within the club.
You know this gentleman?
I don't. Never seen him before in my life.
Well, he saw you.
Sounds like it.
It does. And he wasn't buzzed.
Good for him.
He was also a mile away by the stage. Excuse me.
You were buzzed too.
We were in a bar, hence the word tavern.
I don't even want your bouncer to testify.
I'm sorry.
I don't even want you. Sorry for calling you a bouncer, sir. Okay? You're the security officer.
Security technicians.
What? Security technician.
Security technicians.
By the way, thank you very much, Mr. Teller. I appreciate your coming.
Thank you.
Would you step up just for a moment? I just have a couple of questions to ask you. Do you wear any particular kind of uniform?
Yeah, I wear a yellow shirt that has a staff on it, belly up staff.
Do the other security technicians also wear yellow shirts?
Yeah.
How long have you been employed by Belly Up?
2 years.
Ever been the subject of a lawsuit before?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Okay, have a seat. Have any other witnesses for me, sir?
We have Susie Banks here.
Is she outside?
She's outside, yes.
Where would you get her? Susie Banks.
Susie Banks.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Deputy stated Ackerman was very drunk. She swore, staggered, and pushed him in the chest. That's the police officer.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Erin Ackerman is claiming she was assaulted by a bouncer at David Hodges' nightclub. David has produced a surprise witness who claims Erin was drunk.
Miss Banks, it's my understanding from the plaintiff that she was your guest that evening in the opening of a tile store. Is that right?
Yes.
That's what you, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Miss Ackerman says that they ran out of wine by the time she was going to have a glass of wine. She had about a half a glass of wine. Does that sound right to you?
No.
Well, what do you know?
I did serve her wine myself.
You did?
Yes, I did.
How many times?
I don't recall the number of times, but we were all having a great time. And
What did she have? One glass of wine or more than one glass of wine?
More than one glass of wine, and we did run out of wine. And when we did run out of wine, she actually showed me behind my desk where she had a stash of wine. So she had an extra bottle in there for us for when we ran out of the wine.
You remember that?
That's not true.
Then Miss Ackerman says that you gave her 2 tickets to go to the Belly Up Tavern to hear this band. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's correct.
And what about the other couple that they were with?
They also got tickets.
Fine. You have any other witnesses that you want me to hear?
Just the person that I was with and saw everything happen also.
Come on. Now, Mr. Parisi,
Yes.
you want to tell me what you saw that evening at the tavern?
At the Belly Up Tavern?
Mm-hmm.
From which time? From when we first got there? Or?
Yeah. You weren't there very long.
We did enter together into the club. We had been there a while. I think I'd gotten to the bar and had a beer or two. It was really loud. It's really dark inside there. It's not
You had a
light.
drink or two,
Yeah, I had a couple beers. Yeah, absolutely.
but not Miss Ackerman.
I actually wasn't with her when I was having the beer
Why not?
because I walked up to the bar to get a beer. There's 1,000 people in
I
this
ran
place.
into my girlfriend.
Speak not.
As far as his story, stretching his legs by the band, that's a good 30 feet away from where we were at the time. So I don't know how he could have heard anything or seen anything when there's 6-foot high people, thick all the way to the stage.
He wasn't near the stage, sir.
He said he stretched his legs by the stage.
No, that's not what he said. He said he was at the bar. He
Oh,
stretched
he was right
his
at the bar? Okay, excuse me. My fault.
Stretched his legs and he went over to the bar.
Okay, that's fine. Well, anyway.
So why don't you just worry about your testimony, not his?
Yeah, okay. She had come out of the bathroom, I think, and I was standing right. The bouncer sits at a certain spot when you enter the club. So she had come out of the bathroom. I had already gone by him and was standing right around the corner. She came by me, said something to me. I put my hand out or something, and
All right. She said something to you like what, Mr. Parisi?
I don't really know. Exactly. Just she was leaving or she didn't want to be there anymore.
And you said you put your hand out. How did you put your hand out, sir?
To stop her for a second because she was moving kind of quickly.
So you put your hand out to stop her?
Yeah.
And what happened next?
She shrugged my hand off and said she was leaving.
So she pushed your hand
Pushed
away.
my hand away.
Okay. Go ahead.
And then, which happened really quickly, The bouncer, or bouncers, I think maybe it was one at the beginning, came up behind her and grabbed her.
How did he grab her?
He grabbed her from behind. He grabbed
I want you to show me, sir, on Miss
came
Ackerman,
up
how
from
he
behind
grabbed her.
and grabbed her like this.
Okay.
And started to push her this way to leave.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She turned around and, of course, started to kind of swing and shrug him off because she didn't know what was going on. Nobody quietly tapped her on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, ma'am, you need to leave," which I don't know why she would have to leave anyway when she didn't push or shove or fight with me.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was even going on.
And you didn't hear her say anything to the bouncer?
No, it was too loud. There's a band playing.
So you didn't hear?
No, I couldn't hear anything.
So she could have said what Mr. Taylor said she
could
said.
have said anything. I couldn't hear. It's too loud.
So she could have said...
I don't know how he could have heard.
Shh. It was so loud you couldn't hear anything. Is that what you just said?
Kind of hard to hear it, yeah.
Right.
Certainly.
So the bouncer could have said to her, "Sorry, ma'am, you have to leave."
While he grabbed her, sure.
While he grabbed her arm.
Sure.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Can I see the police report that you have, Mr. Hodges? Ms. Ackerman, I'm going to read you what Deputy who responded to the scene that evening and actually witnessed what happened, at least outside, stated in the police report. Have you ever seen this police report?
Yes, I
Sure
have
you have.
heard what was in it.
Yeah, you heard what from your attorney, I assume. Is that right? Your attorney who told you, "I can't represent you anymore, I'm not wasting any more time on this case." Is that right?
No, that is not correct.
Well, I assume that's why you're here and he's not. Deputy stated Ackerman was very drunk. She smelled strongly of alcoholic beverages, her movements were slow and uncoordinated, and her speech was slurred. He asked Ackerman what had happened, and while she was trying to explain, she swore, staggered, and pushed him in the chest. That's the police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Ackerman was trying to explain to the police officer how she was pushing her boyfriend inside the bar. Police officer asked her not to touch him while she was talking to him. Ackerman nevertheless pushed him 2 more times, and he considered arresting her for being drunk in public. Ms. Ackerman, you don't have a case. You can't hold your alcohol. You shouldn't drink your alcohol. I think that Mr. Taylor's testimony to me is quite persuasive. He's an independent witness. That's why I didn't even take the testimony of the defendant's employee, because he has a certain interest in projecting to me his side of the case. But certainly Mr. Taylor has no particular axe to grind, and according to him, and I believe him, he did not drink. So you behaved badly, and that's what happened. You behaved badly, you got thrown out. Live with it. Goodbye.
Your Honor, this is case number 400 on the calendar in the matter of Straub versus Snelson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Ms. Straub, how old are you?
I'm 20.
When were you 20?
April 5th.
According to your complaint, for your 19th birthday, the defendant, who was then your boyfriend, bought you a dog. You've since broken up. He came in, stole the dog. You want the dog back or the value of the dog? Mr. Snelson says that he never gave you this dog as a gift. The gift was bought for his son's 5th birthday, and he is counterclaiming for some property that you have that belongs to him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you living together?
Yes.
When did you start to live together?
We started living together when I was 18, but we had broken up right after he had given me the dog for my 19th birthday.
Just a minute. Did you move into his apartment? Did he move into your apartment? Or did you move in together into a new apartment?
I moved into his house, but we then moved into, I moved into my house, into my mother's house in Portland after we had broken up, after he...
Shh. Try paying attention to my questions. You moved into his house.
Mm-hmm.
Who lived in his house?
Several people.
Who?
A couple of roommates, his son and I and him.
How old is his son?
He was 4 then.
When is your birthday in April? April 5th?
Mm-hmm.
On what day was the dog purchased?
I am not sure. It was a couple days before my 19th birthday.
And tell me the circumstances of his giving you the dog.
He had gotten the dog from someone.
Look at me.
He brought it home and he said, "Happy birthday, here's your dog," and that was it.
What kind of a dog is it?
She's an American Pit Bull.
How old was the dog?
She'll be 2 in January.
How old was the dog when you got it?
She was about 3 months old.
And when did you break up?
We broke up right after my 19th birthday. I moved back to Portland, and I took Karma with me, and she lived with me in Portland at my mother's house, which I have proof.
Okay. For how long?
For approximately a year.
When did he come and get the dog? What date?
What date? I moved back to Bend after living...
What Bend?
I moved, we lived in Bend together. And
What
then,
Bend? Is that Bend, Oregon?
Bend, Oregon, yes.
Okay.
And after I had broken up with him, after I had received the dog as a gift for my 19th birthday, I moved back to Portland, Oregon. And she lived
took the
with
dog
me.
with you?
Yes.
Okay.
And she lived with me. I have plenty of paperwork, receipts, original receipts from Portland, from Petco. I have Safeway, places, dates, times, amounts.
Okay, I'll take a look at them in a minute.
Okay. And she lived with me at my mother's house.
For a year?
For about a year, yes.
Was it 9 months? Was it 10 months?
It was almost a year, maybe a couple weeks.
Okay, and then
short.
you moved back to Bend.
Then I moved back to Bend.
Where he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And he was all
And
along.
I am there now. And we had stayed.
No, look at me. You're looking
I'm
down
sorry,
at your paperwork. Don't look down at your paperwork.
Okay.
You broke up, you took the dog, you went back to your mother's.
Okay.
You stayed with your mother, and then you moved back to Bend. When you moved back to Bend, where did you go?
To his grandmother's. And then
So you went back, you were back together again?
Yes. And then shortly.
You were back together again?
Yes.
What month and year did you move back to Bend?
End of April, beginning of May of this year.
And when did you break up for the last time?
September 3rd, when he had choked me. And I called the police and had him removed.
So from May to September, you lived together?
Yes.
And the police removed him?
They requested that he leave, yes. And I filed a restraining order the next morning. And the apartment is in my name solely.
So when you moved back to Bend, you leased an apartment and he moved in with you? I thought you were living with his grandmother.
We lived with his grandmother for approximately 2 months. And then I leased an apartment in my name on July 22nd of this year.
And that's where the two of you were living? July, August, up until September 3rd, you were living with the dog. Is that right?
Yes.
Where was his son?
His son was in Alaska with his mother.
Is that right, Mr. Steelson? Look at me,
To my
sir.
knowledge.
No. To your knowledge, you would know if your son isn't around. You wake up in the morning, you go and look in his room.
It's
If he's not
been-
there, look at me.
Well, I'm trying to
look
think
at
it.
me.
It has
I just
been-
asked
Roughly about 8 months to a year.
that your
since
son
he's
has
been
been
over there
living with his
mother.
mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, tell me how he got possession of the dog.
After I had filed the restraining order, I had dropped it because I want to remain friends with him still. I didn't want all of this. But he had came into my house and started arguing with me and just walked in. He still had a key because I had yet to be able to get it from him. And he walked through my back French doors of my patio, came in, argued with me, and grabbed her, and then ran off with her.
Okay.
And he had called me
That's a
after
lot,
that.
yeah.
He had called me several times from a payphone and asked me if I had wanted to discuss this further, maybe repress the situation.
Do you have any of his property?
I have pots and pans and dishes that his aunt and his grandmother purchased for us for our house, and I would be more than willing to give those back to him.
Fine. Pots, pans, and dishes. What else? You have a ring that belonged to his
I do
grandfather?
not have a ring of his. I do not have any other possessions of his. He took everything, and he even took my DVD player upon leaving.
Okay.
And he had then later
Now,
given it back to me.
Good. The real issue here is the dog. Is that right?
Yeah, somewhat. I would really like my ring and everything
Pay careful
back.
attention to me, sir.
Okay, if I can get my
Pay
personal
careful
belongings
attention to
back,
me. You can't pay
I would
careful
love to.
attention to me if you're moving your mouth.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When my mouth starts to move, your mouth stops. And the only time that doesn't happen is when somebody is usually on speed or some sort of mind-altering drug, because otherwise people know that when they're in a courtroom, judge speaks, they don't.
And later today,
You want her to pay for a vasectomy that she insisted that you have because she didn't want any more children.
Yes, ma'am.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melody Straub says ex-boyfriend Casey Snelson won't return her pit bull named Karma. Casey says he bought the dog as a birthday gift for his son.
When you had an argument over a year ago with Miss Straub, did she leave Bend, Oregon, and go and live with her mother for a period of time?
No, ma'am.
She did not. She never left. Is that
She
what
left,
you're telling me?
But no, ma'am, she did not go straight to her mother's.
I didn't ask you whether she went straight to her mother's. I asked whether she left and went to her mother's in Portland.
I went with her, though, is what I'm saying.
You stayed with her?
Yes. She came to live with me and my best friend in Vancouver, Washington for approximately a month and a half. Then she moved to her mother's, and it was only about 3 months that
When
we were
she
over there.
moved to her mother's, Mr. Sneelson, was the dog with her?
No.
Yes.
Where was the dog?
It was with me and my roommate and my son and his 2 kids in the apartment with us.
Really?
Yes.
No.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
Yeah, I don't believe you. Show me the proof that the dog was with you in Portland. Show me the... Show me.
Here's everything. That's got it all. She's registered under Multnomah and Deschutes County. All of her rabies vaccinations are under me. Karma Straub.
I'm missing something, Bird. I'm really missing something. My eyes must be getting old. Would you point out the dog in these pictures? See a dog in those pictures?
Not in those, Your Honor.
Well, then what are you giving it to me for?
No, that was the house that I was living at with my mother.
Listen, I don't care about the house and your mother or you. I asked you, I'm not looking through all this garbage. Would you kindly look through this junk and show me proof of the dog living with you in Portland, Oregon?
This is her license under Multnomah County. Here are her pictures along with all of her vaccinations and everything in
Let me just
Portland.
see. I don't want to see the pictures. I want to see the vet bill.
Okay.
Good.
also
Mr. Nielsen, listen to me very carefully. Did you ever live with the plaintiff in Portland, Oregon?
Yes.
When?
Around June of 2001 until about August of 2001.
Where did you live?
We lived in Vancouver, Washington, at an apartment complex there.
Is English your primary language?
What's that?
Is English your primary language? Yes. I said to you, did you ever live in Portland, Oregon with the plaintiff?
No, not in Portland. But, I mean,
so the answer is no.
Connected. I mean, they're connected.
So the answer is no. You
Okay,
never
no.
lived with her in Portland, Oregon.
Your Honor,
Vancouver and Portland are connected.
I have receipts that I had kept from Portland also, as well
Wait,
as...
just a sec. I mean, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
What? You said Portland, Oregon. He's talking about Washington. I thought that was rather humorous.
Your Honor?
There's only a tiny bridge that divides, and that's why you
What?
can do it from one side to the other. There's only a small bridge that divides Portland and
I want to tell you,
Vancouver.
let me ask you this question, sir. You think that if you paid your taxes to the state of Washington, the state of Oregon would say, that's really nice, we're going to... We don't care.
Well,
You
that's
paid
like
it
my
for
friend
Washington,
works
paid
in
to
Oregon,
Oregon.
he lives
We
in
don't care.
the
One is the same thing. I asked you a question. I said, did you
Okay.
ever live with her in Portland, Oregon? The answer is what?
No.
Good.
Sorry.
I also have original...
I didn't ask you anything. In any event, your defense, sir, is that you bought this dog for your son. It was a gift for your son.
Yes,
Is that
ma'am, it
right?
was.
But your son doesn't live with you. Why didn't you give the
My
dog
son, my son did live with me at the time.
to... He doesn't live with you now. He hasn't lived with you in a year.
No, but just because I bought the dog when my son
But
was
the
there,
kid what?
was
What
the
were you
dog
gonna
supposed
say?
to go to Alaska?
Why not? The dog
Because his
belongs to the
mother wasn't
child.
going to take the dog, and that's my responsibility to take care of that animal.
I don't believe you. I believe that you bought the dog for her and came home and said to her, whether you intended to buy it for her or not, I believe that you came home. Oh, by the way, can I see the bill of sale? I want to see when he bought the dog. Shh. Say nothing.
Okay.
May I say something?
Shh. Say nothing. Oh. This says that the dog was purchased in March for $250.
Yes, ma'am.
He didn't even get that bill of sale until after I had called the police on him, Your Honor.
Is that right?
Stating
I believe you.
that he...
I believe you.
Took
Show
her
me the
from
registration for the dog.
Registration there, she's not...
She's registered under me under Multnomah.
Show me the registration.
I even have a tape, Your Honor, a cassette tape, that he left a message on my answering machine stating that he wanted to give me back my dog, but I don't want to play his rules.
Okay, let me, you have that
No,
tape? Let me
I
see it.
tried to be very civil between this case, and we tried
Quiet.
to work on a
Sir,
competitive level.
You see this receipt? This
Yes,
receipt is baloney.
That's mine.
It's baloney.
What?
It's baloney.
I have an avid chip put in my animal too.
Can you
that registers
please,
her to
can
me.
you please
if
play that
she's
tape for
taken,
me?
it comes back to me. It's all registered into my name.
I believe it's
At any time.
Go ahead.
8:52 p.m.
I can't hear it.
I didn't want to see you because I did want to stay.
How can you have a videotape when your thing has no video? I mean, there's no... That was when we were in a fight. I was just letting her see her yell.
You said what?
That was
sir?
when we were in an argument, and I was just, this was during a time where we were commuting back and forth. She was meeting me behind my grandmother's house so she could see Karma and stuff. Then we tried to hook back up. We hooked back up and stuff after this tape and everything.
We did not.
We had been together after this.
No, we
did
don't.
not, Your Honor.
So what? You said I'll give you back Karma.
For the night. That's for the night.
You're full of
Your Honor.
baloney.
That's not for...
Mr. Sneelson,
No.
Mr. Sneelson,
That's
Mrs. Nielsen, two things. First of all, lying is something.
I know,
you know,
and this is all lies. That's why I can't understand
lying is
this.
something
This
that is
just
objectionable to
absolutely
me.
ridiculous.
You take drugs.
No, Your Honor.
What I want you to do is, when my mouth starts to move, your mouth stops. Do you understand?
I know.
And the only time that doesn't happen is when somebody is usually on speed or some sort of mind-altering drug, because otherwise people know that when they're in a courtroom, judge speaks, they don't. Do you understand that? So I believe that this is her dog. I also believe that she is not going to be able to get this dog from you. Do you understand? Now, you're suing him for the dog or the value of the dog. He wants his personal property back. He wants his property back. He wants his grandfather's ring back that he says that you have. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. When she gets the dog back, you get your personal property. Do you understand? Other than that, you get nothing.
It's already gone.
Now, good. So it's already gone. So then all I have to do is I have to dismiss your counterclaim, because that you're not getting back. If she has your grandfather's ring that you said has so much sentimental value to you, that's gone, along with your other stuff. Now, I don't believe he's going to give you back this dog. And the truth of the matter is, I think it's a good idea, because I think that there's something wrong with him. I think it's a good idea that you have no connection with him.
Me too.
Do you understand? And I think that you should get another dog, preferably smart, not a pit bull. You're not going to get this dog back from him. And if you do, he's going to be on your case.
I was planning on moving back to Portland.
Listen to me. He's going to be on your case, and there's something about him that's not balanced. I'm doing you a tremendous favor, because he is not wrapped too tight. He is one bottle short of a six-pack.
This is all
Pay
that he
careful
wants.
attention to me. Pay careful attention to me. He is one bottle short of a six-pack. And if you have something that he says he wants, he's never going to be away from you. So go and buy yourself another dog. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't want another dog. She spent 2 years of her life with me.
She's a psycho, and I've been dealing with this. She stalks me. She comes by my work 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
He's just doing this out of spite.
It's about her being crazy.
You can't be an adult to someone who doesn't want to be an adult themselves.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Morin versus Baird, step forward, please.
Photo technician Joanne Morin is suing her ex-fiancé, construction plans examiner James Baird, for the cost of a cruise ticket. James is countersuing for the return of a suit and for the cost of a vasectomy.
All right, Bert, I've read the papers in this case. Don't get comfortable. We're not going to be long. Okay. Miss Morin, you and the defendant dated. You were supposed to go on a cruise together. You couldn't go because a relative, I think your father, became ill. The defendant went with 2 of his children, but your son had paid for the cruise ticket. In any event, you say that he owes you $200. He says, more than happy to give you the $200, right? Give me back my suit that I left at your house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the suit?
Yes, ma'am.
Give him the suit, Bert. I told you, this case has lots of little parts, but we're going to handle them all very quickly. Good. Now you have your suit. The suit goes on your side, and plaintiff gets $200. Are you happy? Good. On your side, you have a counterclaim.
Yes, ma'am.
Your counterclaim is twofold. A, you wanted your suit back, you got your suit. You want her, A, to give you back the engagement ring.
Oh, the money for it, yes.
Where's the engagement ring?
I have it with me right here.
Perfect.
You want to see?
No. Goes back. Goes to his team. Happy now? Almost.
Almost.
The other part, you're not going to even be happy that you raised, sir. You want her to pay for a vasectomy that she insisted that you have because she didn't want any more children.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Did she grab you by the hand and take you to the doctor?
No, she...
Very good. Then you don't get paid for the vasectomy. You're over 21, you made a choice. If you don't like the choice, you'd have to live with it or get it reversed. Goodbye and good luck. That takes care of this.
Yeah, this is case number 344 on the calendar in the matter of Burke versus Boma.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Burke, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours. It is your claim that he kicked your car. He was angry. The defendant has what is an interesting defense, which I will get to in a moment. When did this happen?
This happened on September 9th.
Don't ask me. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, it happened on September 9th.
Where were you?
We were driving, and it happened in a parking lot in Racine in Fazino's parking lot.
Well, tell me about it, Ms. Burke. Tell me slowly.
Okay. We weren't going out at the time, so I said I was going to keep a civilized relationship and take him to find some jobs at the mall. So we went to the mall, and he got some applications, and on the way back, he was going through my CDs in the back of my car.
He was sitting in the back?
He was sitting in the back.
You were driving?
I was driving, and my witness was in the front passenger seat.
Go ahead.
So he was going through my CDs, and he stole from me in the past, so I told him to stop going through my stuff, and he refused. So I
What did he say?
He says, no, I'm not going to quit going through your stuff. So then I pulled the car over, and I said, well, then get out. And he says, no, I'm not going to get out. So then I said, okay. And I got out of the car, and I moved the seat because it's a two-door car. So I moved the seat so he could get out. And he said, if I get out, I'm going to mess up your car. And I said, okay, then get back in. So I kind of pushed him back in the car.
How did you push him?
He was halfway out of the car.
And you pushed him back in?
Because he said he was going to mess up my car. I just kind of pushed him back in the car. It was nothing serious. You know, I didn't do anything to hurt him. I just didn't want him to mess up my car. So then he got out, and then he pushed me out of the way. And then I pushed him back into the car.
Now, how did you push him back into the car?
I just kind of pushed him.
Go ahead.
And then he kicked the car, pushed me out of the way one more time, kicked the car, and ran.
Okay. Now, Mr. Boma, you acknowledge that you kicked the car.
Yes.
But you tell me your version of the events, sir.
Well,
you were going through her CDs in the back of the car.
Yes, because we were going out for about 1.5 years, and I had gave her some of my CDs, and you know we was going through some difficult times, so you know we was fighting.
So you were looking for your CDs.
My CDs.
And she told you to stop, and you said no. She stopped the car. She said get out. That's where we're up to, because that you agree with.
Yes.
Okay. Now you tell me your version of the events from that point, sir.
Okay, and then as she told me to step out of the vehicle, she told me to get out. I said, no, I had gave you money to take me to these places and back to my house. She said it the second time. I was trying to get out of the car, and then she had pushed me. That's when my witness came in. He seen that...
Don't tell me what he saw.
Then I got out of the car, and then she had pushed me, and then she slapped me across my face. And
she slapped you?
Yes, and then that made me angry, but I know I'm not to hit a woman. You know, I was raised really good not to hit a woman. So then after she slapped me, instead of hitting a girl, taking out my frustration, I had kicked her car.
At what point did your witness come on the scene?
When he was driving down the road.
He was driving down the road. Yeah, go ahead.
And he was like a few cars behind, like about 5 cars behind.
Keep going.
And he thought that I might be with her, so he was following to see if I was with her, and then he seen that...
Don't tell me what he saw. I'm just asking you where he was.
He was coming down the same road, but he was a couple cars behind, so as I stepped out of the car...
He pulled into the parking lot.
He didn't pull in the parking lot.
He didn't?
No.
He was just driving by?
Yes, and he recognized...
He was driving by?
It was a traffic jam.
Tell me your name.
My name is Cesar Angeles. I was like 6, 7 cars behind him. I seen him driving. He called me earlier in the day. I was at the studio. And I seen him.
What studio?
Greenhouse Records. We rap, so you know.
Who raps?
Me and our crew.
What about him?
No, he's just my guy. He's my son's uncle. So I knew him. And then I was following him. I seen him driving, and I was following him, and it was like a traffic jam right in Encinitas. It's a busy intersection. And I was in the traffic jam, and I seen it all happen. He was trying to get out the car, and she pushed him. She pushed him really hard and smacked him. And I was like, "Dang, what's going on?" And I looked at her, and I was like, and I was right there, right in front of Encinitas. She smacked him, and then all I seen, he smacked him, and then he said something to her and kicked her car, and then the traffic jam stopped, and I had to keep on driving, and I turned around, and then I came back and picked him up.
Step up here. Tell me your last name.
Ashman.
You were in the front passenger seat, is that right?
Yes.
Did you see Miss Burke slap the defendant?
Yes.
Of course you did. You slapped him in the face. Good girl. Have a seat. How come you left that out, Miss Burke?
It all happened so fast.
Miss Burke, how come you left that out?
I didn't mean to leave it out. I may have slapped him in the face, but I wasn't intentionally trying to slap him in the face. I was trying to push him away from me because he had pushed me.
No. You intentionally slapped somebody in the face.
I didn't intentionally slap him.
Yes. The same way you intentionally slap someone in the face, that's the same way you intentionally kick a car.
But he pushed me, and I don't appreciate
No, you pushed him first.
I didn't push him first.
Yeah,
I tried to get him back in the car.
Listen to me. You just testified that you pushed him first. That's what you testified to 2 seconds ago.
Because he threatened me.
No, he didn't.
He said he was going to mess up my car if he got out.
That's not threatening you. That's threatening your car.
Okay, he threatened my car.
That's why you put your hands on
my
him.
property.
You don't seem to understand that you can't put your hands on somebody, madam. You cannot put your hands on somebody.
He put his hands on me.
No, you put your hands on him first. And just because he's a male and you're a female, that doesn't give you an advantage. That
He
you
hit me before.
Listen to me. I don't care about before. I care about that day and what you say to me here today.
Okay.
And if what you're telling me is what it seems you're telling me is you're allowed to put your hands on him, but he's not allowed to put his hands on you.
No.
Well.
If somebody hit somebody, somebody should hit him back. And if somebody pushed me, he has no right to push me in a way I felt uncomfortable.
You pushed him first.
I just kind of pushed him back in the car. I didn't want him to get out, and
You pushed him first.
But he did agree to pay me. I have it on tape.
You pushed him first. I'm trying to get you to talk about the truth.
Okay.
And to have some understanding that you can't put your hands on somebody.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Because if you put your hands on somebody and they react badly, pay attention. You're thinking instead of listening. You are not receiving. I want you to try to receive.
I understand that.
You can't. You understand what?
I understand that I have to receive what you're telling me.
And what am I telling you?
That I have no right to touch anybody.
Because what happens if you put your hands on somebody?
They react.
And what can happen if they react?
They can kick my car.
Or hurt you.
Or hurt me.
And he chose to kick your car
He
rather
hurt me
than to
too.
slap you back.
He shook me.
Miss Burke, I think you're a fibber. Darling.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Her boyfriend tried to pound it out with a hammer.
No.
Did anybody touch this car? It looks like somebody touched this car.
I tried to push out the dent.
And she's not certified mechanic. That she's worsening the damage.
That was stupid.
And later today,
I care very much about my cat.
I don't care about you. You told her in June you were going to be coming for the cat, but you didn't go there until July. That's 6 months.
I went there several times.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Breanne Burke says ex-boyfriend Daniel Boma kicked her car. Daniel admits to it, but says it was retaliation for getting slapped in the face.
I think you're a fibber, and I think you're trying to contort this story to make it most favorable to you. Fortunately, you bring your own witness who tends to corroborate what he says. I believe he saw what he saw. This young man who, at first I said, oh, that's convenient, somebody just driving by and witnessing the whole thing. I believe him. And you don't seem to get it. You bear a responsibility. You put your hands on somebody, you're not permitted to do that. And if they react badly, you still bear a certain responsibility.
Right.
Instead of slapping you in the face, he kicked your car.
Mm-hmm.
Which would you prefer?
He could have slapped me in the face.
You prefer that he hit you instead of your car?
Yeah, that's going to cost so much money. And he has agreed to pay it, though. Even though he did kick it,
He agreed to pay it, then what are you doing here?
I have it all on tape that he agreed to pay it, but he's not paying.
Pay careful attention. Oh, you mean he's not paying? He said he was going to pay for it.
He said he was, but he's not.
How much is the cost of the dent?
$900. I have the estimates right here. Would you like to see?
How old is your car?
It's a '95 Neon.
Let me see it, please.
Okay. I have pictures in the...
I would like to see the dent that he put in your car. You mean right in the back?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that looks like 2 dents.
It was a big dent.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Sure.
What happened was, when he kicked the car, there was initially 1 dent from his foot. Her boyfriend tried to pound it out with a hammer.
No.
Did anybody touch this car? It looks like somebody touched this car.
I tried to push out the dent.
And she's not certified mechanic. That she's worsening the damage.
That was stupid.
I didn't want to drive around with a big dent in my car. It was so ugly. And he doesn't have a job. He doesn't have any money. I don't see how he would have paid for it. That's why I'm taking him to court, because it needs to be fixed.
He's not going to fix this for $900.
Well,
two things. A, you are partially responsible for it. And B, because clearly there were ripples in it. And the ripples in it are from you trying to get it out. So if you made it worse, he's not, you're not losing, right? He's not going to pay for that. He's not going to pay for that. You've got to learn to do 2 things. You've got to learn to keep your temper, and you have to learn what your responsibility is. He had no right to kick your car. He acted out of temper because you hit him.
Okay.
You hit him. Now, I don't know how much it would cost to get out the 1 kick that he did put in, because right now I can't tell what he did to the car and what you did to the car. This is after you try to fix it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the recordings that he left me?
Yeah. Okay. I just told you. Hear the recordings. He said, I'll fix the car. Right? He said, I'll fix the car. You tried to fix the car and made it worse.
After he saw that, he told me that he was going to fix it. And he even tried to push it out. He's like, I'll push it out. We went over to his house. He said he was going to give me $100. And he even tried to push it out. He's like, let me try to push it out. I can help.
Just a
I can
second.
fix
Was
it.
that before or after you did?
After.
Okay. At most, getting that 1 dent out of your car, if done properly at the beginning, would have cost you $600. At most, not $900, $600. Somebody takes a plunger and pulls it out of the car, and then it's finished. I believe you're half responsible for what happened to your car, because but for the fact that you hauled off and hit him, he would not have reacted. His temper would not have flared up. He's responsible for that, but so are you.
I'm responsible too. You're right.
And he's also not responsible for the additional damage that you inflicted on your car when you or your friends try to pull out the dent, push out the dent, whatever you decided to do.
Right.
So I'm awarding you $300. If you can get your car fixed for $300, so be it. Otherwise, looking at this little dent in the back, which does not prevent it from being driven, will be a constant reminder. You keep your hands to yourself.
Okay.
Because just because you're a woman does not mean you can get away with putting your hands on somebody, because you put your hands on somebody, they're gonna hit you back.
And he should keep his hands off me too, because I am a woman and he's a man. And he's been hitting me a lot in the past, and I don't appreciate that.
Would you escort me out?
Sure. Parties are excused. You may step out.
I was just really upset for the fact that she can hit me, and then, you know I can't hit her because I'm a man.
Well, you did. I think he's just mad because our whole relationship was just based on me feeling sorry for him.
Car wouldn't have got kicked, she wouldn't have touched him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Damaris versus Harrington, Adinolfi. Step forward, please.
20-year-old homemaker Shannon Damaris is suing her former friends, 19-year-old salesperson Holly Harrington and 22-year-old car salesman Tony Adinolfi for the return of her cat, Smokey.
Okay, Mr. Maris, you had a cat. Your cat's name was Smokey. Something happened, you had to move from where you were living, you couldn't take the cat with you. You asked the defendants, who were friends of yours, if they would take care of your cat for a while. That while turned into a long while, and now you want your cat back, and they say it's not your cat anymore. It's our cat.
Right.
Right, okay. So I need some facts. When did you get Smokey?
Smokey was given to me about 3 years ago.
What do you mean about 3 years ago? Let's get a month and year.
November of '99.
By whom?
My boyfriend's brother.
As a kitten?
They had him as a kitten, and then they gave him to us, yes.
But you didn't get him as a kitten?
No, I didn't get him as a kitten.
When you say he was given to us, you were living with your boyfriend at the time?
Yep.
So the cat was given to your boyfriend?
He was given to us as a couple, yes.
And then you got custody of the cat when you separated?
We never separated.
So you're still together?
Yep.
Oh, that's so interesting. When did you give the cat to the defendants?
I had given the cat in her custody in the middle, probably around the 15th of February.
And when did you ask for the cat back?
I asked for the cat back in June.
That's a lie. Let's say you asked for the cat back 5 months later. Where were you for 5 months?
I had asked for the cat in June because on my birthday, which was July 21st, is when I attempted to actually get the cat. But
That's July.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
had
6 months
attempted in
later.
June to get the cat. I said I'm going to be taking the cat, and she just kind of put her head down and walked away.
Fine. So then you didn't do anything in June. So the first time you tried to get the cat back was in July, which was 6 months later. Where had you been for 6 months?
I had been living with my parents. My landlord at the time, I had to move in with my parents, and the landlord didn't allow it because we had 3 pets already. And when my dog died, that kind of gave me an opportunity to bring another animal in, and my landlord allowed that at that time.
Where was the boyfriend?
He's incarcerated.
When did he become incarcerated?
On January 24th of 2002.
Is that why you lost your apartment?
Yep.
Okay. How many animals do you have now?
We have 2 cats.
Did you have those 2 cats before?
Those are my parents' cats.
Well, where are you living now?
I'm living with my parents.
And these 2 cats that are your parents' cats, have they ever lived with Smokey?
No.
They have not?
No.
Why would you want to take this cat back now?
Because
now we're talking about almost a year later.
The reason it's a year is because they dragged it out, basically. I attempted to get. I told them in June that
Listen to me. July is when you first. That's 6 months. We're not talking about bringing home a sweater or 4 new tires. According to the defendants, it was supposed to be a short-term arrangement for a month, and you were also supposed to give them some money to take care of the cat, which you never did. Is that right?
That's correct.
No money, no vet bills, no food, no anything else. But more importantly, you're treating this as if it was an inanimate object.
I care very much about my cat.
I don't care about you. I don't care about you. You have a cat. You disappear for 6 months. You're out of the picture for 6 months. That animal has bonded with a new family. And now you say a year later, I want my cat back.
I attempted to get my cat back, and they dragged
6 months later.
No, about 4 months later.
No.
There was no agreement of how long. The thing is, I couldn't take care of the cat at the time, and me and my friend came together, and she said, "I will help you out."
Who are you?
Can I say something?
Who are you?
I'm her witness.
To what?
To what happened about the agreement and everything.
She wasn't even there, Your Honor.
there.
She was there.
No, she was
well,
not.
Come on. When were you there?
Your Honor, technically I wasn't there for the agreement, but...
Sit down. Then I'm not interested in technically. If technically you weren't there, this is a court. This is technical. You're suing for $500. You're not getting the cat back. How much is the value of the cat to you?
He's part of me is what he's the value of it.
Part of you. When something is part of you, like a child, then you don't give it up for 6 months.
I didn't give it up for 6 months. I attempted to get my cat, and they dragged it out. And I offered them money.
You're not following, madam. What you did was tell me that the cat came into their possession in February. You told her in June you were going to be coming for the cat, but you didn't go there until July.
Yes,
That's 6 months.
I went there several times. And I visited with the cat and everything.
Just a
and
second.
She never mentioned
Just wait a second. Did you go to visit the cat every day?
Not every day, about twice a week. About twice a week I'd hang out over there.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Sure it is. Case is dismissed.
This is case number 399 on the calendar in the matter of Acosta versus Navarro. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Acosta, this is your wife?
Yes, it is.
From what I understand from your complaint, your wife has a child.
Correct.
You're the father of that child.
Yes.
You used to be her boyfriend?
Boyfriend.
How long have you been married?
Going on 2 years.
And you have another child?
Yes, I do.
A baby. According to you, Mr. Acosta, during an exchange of visitation between your wife and Mr. Navarro, could you sit down, please? Good. You were assaulted by him.
Correct.
And Mr. Navarro said that you were the aggressor. I gather that this exchange takes place at a police precinct.
Correct.
Why, Mr. Acosta?
Well, he used to be able to pick her up at my house, but see, every time he picked up my house, he'd always threaten me and everything like that.
So initially the visitation provided that you pick up, it's your daughter?
Yes.
That you pick up your daughter at the house. What happened?
Just from prior experiences before, me and him get into altered arguments. And
Why should you get into an argument?
A lot of times it was things that were passed from Mrs. Acosta, we would have a dispute or something about my daughter, and then...
When would you have these disputes? At the time when you would pick up the child or return her for visitation?
Well, usually it'd be like, before I got there on the phone, we would call and I'd had a little dispute, and then once we got there to exchange my daughter, it would always come up, and I'd, you know, try to talk, or we would try to...
What did you fight about?
Pickup times, maybe being late, 10 minutes, not complete information about hospital appointments and stuff like that.
When was this visitation that resulted in an assault, Mr. Acosta?
October 16th.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
We're driving, me and my wife were in the car, we're driving up to the police station. I was parked.
When had Mr. Navarro had his visitation? Was this a Sunday or a Saturday?
It was a Wednesday.
When did you pick your daughter up?
I picked her up that day from school, and I kept her for the evening and dropped her off at the
Is that
police
what
station.
your visitation
Yes.
schedule provides?
Yes.
Wednesday after school?
Yes.
So you picked her up from school, and what time were you supposed to exchange her at the precinct?
At 7 o'clock.
And you were there at 7?
Yes, I was there before.
And were you there at 7?
Yes, I was.
Tell me what happened.
Well, when I got into the police department, to the driveway, the defendant was sitting there with his hands folded to his chest, just giving me bad looks. Me and my wife were looking at each other and go, something's wrong. And, you know, so as soon as we parked, she told me, he's still looking at you. So I told my wife, just go in the police station, do the exchange, and let's go.
You remained in your car?
Yes, I remained in my car.
And I see that your baby was in the car as
Correct.
well. How old is your baby?
She's 17 months.
Go ahead.
Okay, she went in there to wait for him to come to the office. He still stayed outside, standing by his truck, giving me bad looks. Then, after 5 minutes later, he grabbed the daughter, went to the police station. I seen him and my wife arguing back and forth. He still had my stepdaughter in his hands.
How did you see them arguing?
The windows are see-through. You can see right through the windows. They're just arguing. Okay, after that, he came outside, like, fast-pacing to my car, cursing at me and saying F and this, get the F out of the car. I go, well, what's wrong? You know, he's, oh, you hit my kid. I go, hit your kid? I go, I didn't hit your kid. I go, why would I hit your kid? I treat your kid as she was mine.
Where was your daughter at the time, sir, when you came out of the precinct?
She was in my arms.
Go ahead.
Okay, while his daughter was in his arms, he was sitting there cursing at me through my window. My 17-month daughter was in the back. She was sleeping still. Okay, after he kept on cursing, he kept on going, more, get out of the car, this and that. I told you, if anybody ever laid a hand on my kid, I'm going to take him out. So I go, I don't know what you're talking about, you know, just go on your other side. Then he started getting more violent. Then my 17-month-old daughter woke up, and she was crying. So I was looking back, and I told her it's okay, you know. I go, relax, it's okay. And he still kept on cursing. While his daughter's still in his hand, he kept on still cursing. I go, a father shouldn't be cursing with his daughter's in his hand. That's not a good role model for his daughter.
You didn't say that to him, sir. Mr. Acosta, you didn't say you're not a good role model. Come on, let me just hear what happened, sir.
Okay, as soon as I got out of the car, because my 17-month-old daughter was crying in the back. So I went to go pick her up and go into the police station. As soon as I got out of the car, he swung my door open. He grabbed me by 2 hands. He threw me against my car 3 times. And by out of those 3 times, he damaged my car on the side. I do have pictures to show proof.
Let me see it.
There's estimates on the underneath the pictures also.
I'll hear you.
Okay, Your Honor. What he said, completely a lie.
That's my job, Mr. Navarro.
Okay, I arrived at the police station about 5 minutes till 7. I arrived there before they did. Once arriving, I was out of the car with my daughter inside the police station waiting for them. I was never outside. They're saying that I was out there with my arms up. That never happened. I was inside the police station waiting for them. I waited there until Cheryl and her husband arrived there, parking pretty much in close to the doors where I can see them drive up, until she got out of the car and entered the police station. I never was outside.
Fine, you weren't outside. What happened when you were inside the precinct, sir?
Once I was inside, I spoke to Miss Acosta.
What did she say to you and what did you say to her?
What I told her was, in the prior visitation before, Brianna had told me that Mr. Acosta had hit her and that she was playing with her younger sister and that somehow she ended up crying and that Stephen came in and got mad at her and hit her. So what I did was, when Miss Acosta came in, I told her what had happened. I told her, Brianna's telling me that Stephen hit her. Were you aware of it? What happened? And she's like, Brianna, is that true? And Brianna said yes to her mother, standing
Was
there.
this on this date? Was this on the 16th of October?
No, it was the 12th is
Okay.
when I told her. So that's when I had told her the first time. The second time when I was waiting there and I had came in, I had told her again, Brianna's telling me the same
What
thing.
did you tell her?
I told
so
her,
on the
on the way to the police station, Brianna had told me I don't want to go. And I said, why not? Steven's still hitting me. So then I said, what do you want me to do, Brianna? Do you want me to tell your mother? Tell me, what do you want me to do? I go, if I'm going to say
child?
this, 4 years old.
So you're saying to this 4-year-old, tell me what you want me to do, Brianna.
Well,
do you want me to tell your mother? That's what you're saying to her? Mr. Navarro, you think I'm crazy?
No.
That's not the kind of conversation you have with a 4-year-old, sir.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You keep whatever disputes that you have between adults and you don't involve your 4-year-old.
I just wanted to question Steven in front of Brianna to see what reaction she would have.
That's not your job!
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stephen Acosta says the father of his wife's daughter, Ariel Navarro, assaulted him during a custody exchange at a police station. Ariel says Stephen was the aggressor.
Go ahead.
So once we were in there in the police station on the 16th, I told Miss Acosta, Brianna's telling me that Steven's hitting her again. What I want you to do is talk to Steven about this, tell him what's going on, and she blew up. She said, why are you always starting to start trouble? And I said, look, I'm not starting trouble, I just want to resolve this. This is my daughter, it's very important for me what's going on in her life, and I think this is what we talked about. So right away she blew up and says, you know, why the hell are you starting problems? And I said, look, tell him to come inside the lobby so we can talk to all three of us right here in front of the lobby so we can, you know, resolve it.
And where was Brianna going to sit when you were having this conversation?
I wanted Brianna there because I wanted Brianna to listen to what's happening.
Where did you get your psychiatric degree? Mr. Navarro, where did you get your degree? You wanted the 4 of you to sit and have a discussion inside the police precinct.
I just wanted to question Steven in front of Brianna to see what reaction she would have.
That's not your job!
Okay.
So she blew up at you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
As soon as she blew up, I said, if you're not going to tell him anything, I'm going to tell him. So with Brianna still in my arms, I exited the police station because showing that I was not going out there to be aggressive or telling any type of situation that might get into an argument.
Mr. Navarro, you know how long I sat in the family court? How old are you?
25.
That many years. I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
You went into the precinct and you were furious. You were furious because when you spoke to Mrs. Acosta, the mother of your child, she was unimpressed by your complaints. And she probably said to you, Brianna says things about you and says things about, this is Stephanie? Yeah, I read the papers. So you have a 4-year-old who's probably playing both sides. And you weren't getting anywhere with Brianna's mother.
No.
And you were furious, so you didn't make the exchange, because if you wanted to do the calm thing, what you do was say to her, I want to go out and talk to Stephen privately myself. If you weren't angry, if you hadn't lost it. So here's Brianna, you take Brianna, because I don't want Brianna involved in the situation when I talk to Stephen. That's what you do if you're calm. But you weren't calm.
Your Honor,
you were furious. So you took your daughter, because you did not make the exchange. Your visitation was over, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
You did not make the exchange in the precinct. You went outside. You confronted him with the child in your hands. There's no question in my mind that you caused this damage to the car. No question. Now, you want to tell me how that happened with your 4-year-old?
As soon as I stepped outside and I said, Stephen, I need to speak with you, which I did very calmly, went like that, he swung the door open. When he flung it open, I had to turn to my side because that's how hard he opened the door, that it braced my side. As soon as I saw him getting out of the car and like that in a rage that he was, I set my daughter down and I told his mother, grab the baby, and she said no. And at the same time, when I put her down, I came back up. He was already in my face. I never told him to get out of the car. As soon as he came out of the car, he grabbed my shirt. I grabbed him. He shoved me, and at the both time, we were both pushing each other. We both swung into his car.
Baloney. You went out there, Mr. Navarro, and you were furious. You were furious because you hadn't gotten anywhere. Now, let me give you some very sound advice, sir. It is a sad commentary. Put your papers down, both of you, and pay attention. Look like you're paying attention. Have you gone back to family court yet with regard to resolving the issue of visitation with this child?
Yes, we have.
What is the current order of visitation?
He lost a week due to the incident, what happened October 16th. He lost a week and he lost his dinner nights.
It's clear to me, Mr. Navarro, that you love your daughter. It's clear to me that that's true. and that you, in all probability, should continue to be a part of her life. You want what's best for her. You have to understand that very often 4-year-old little girls who are very, very smart will play both sides of their parents, especially when their parents are living separate. You have to understand that that's a possibility. You're not supposed to question your daughter. You're not supposed to say, what's Stephen doing? Is Stephen hurting you? Is Stephen hitting you? When you have a 4-year-old and you have a baby in the house, very often the 4-year-old is aggressive. You've never seen marks on your child?
Yes.
Where
I'm
have you
saying
seen?
it was caused by him. I'm saying marks of me.
Okay, you've never seen marks that you attribute to him
No.
on your child?
No,
right?
not at all. But at the same time, I was saying...
I'm speaking, and you're not listening.
Okay.
You keep whatever disputes that you have with Mr. Acosta between adults, and you don't involve your 4-year-old. That's it. There is no question about that. That's a given. That's something any moron can understand, Mr. Navarro. You don't, the three of you, get together and you decide to have your 4-year-old sit there at a conversation where you're going to discuss with her mother and her stepfather whether or not she's being hit at home by her stepfather or your wife. You have children?
Yes.
Other than Brianna?
Yes.
How many?
We have a 2-year-old together, and then I have 2 stepsons.
Okay. And anybody ever go like this to one of the children? You? Her?
Yes.
Ever hit them on the behind?
Yes.
What about Stephanie? Did you ever see Stephanie raise her hand to one of the children?
Not Brianna.
Did you ever see Stephanie raise her hand to one of the children?
Yes.
Why, you think she's only going to reserve that for her children and yours?
Yes.
You think that that's true?
Yes.
Baloney. So let's get it together. But you don't put your child in harm's way. You lost your temper, Mr. Navarro, and you caused damage to his car. And I don't think you hurt him. You weren't treated for any injuries, were you?
Yes, I was, ma'am.
Where?
My neck.
Let me see. Was Mr. Navarro arrested?
Yes, he was.
What was the result of the case?
I pressed a charge against him, and he pressed a charge against me, too.
What did he press charges against
Because
you
when I was talking to the sheriff, when he came outside, he's like, what do you want to do? I go, I would like to press charges. He goes, Mr. Acosta, you know, he will have a right, too, to press charges against you. He can turn the story around. I go, I think I'll take my chances on doing that. Because he thinks every time...
So what happened?
So we both got arrested.
Well, what happened with the case?
They got dismissed.
Both of them?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do for a living, Mr. Navarro?
I'm a plumber.
And you?
Computer technician.
So $656 was the cheapest estimate that you had for fixing the car?
Yes.
How many times has there been an exchange of visitation since October 16th? You lost a week, sir, and what else?
I didn't lose a week. I gained a whole side weekend. And my visitations were 3 times a month, weekends, 1st, 3rd, and 4th, and then Wednesday evening dinner. The new order is I get her every other weekend, and I get her Thursday through Sunday. I have a longer period with her.
Every other weekend?
Every other weekend. Prior, we've had, I say, maybe 8 drop-offs since.
And how have they gone?
They've been fine. But I also wanted to say, from prior to that, there's also a restraining order there, prior from my wife fining him in the past of showing his anger and his violence towards us. A restraining of saying over the phone, terrorist threats over the phone. I was trying to get a hold of me, and that was filed in March, I believe. And it's good to 2005 for his actions.
Your wife is the complainant.
Yeah, but it covers also for me.
But your wife was the complainant?
Yes.
I'm curious. Step up, please, Mr. Navarro. What were the allegations in your request for a protective order against Mr. Acosta?
It was to refrain him from calling my house, making verbal threats against me and my family.
Was there a trial with regard to that?
Yes, there was.
Did you testify?
Yes, I did.
Did he testify?
Yes, he did.
After that trial, were you granted the protective order?
Yes.
For 12 months?
It was more than 12 months. It was granted to 2005.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Why were you calling the house?
That was one of her false allegations that she pressed against me. Ever since I got with my wife, they've been writing reports about me, filing reports against me at the Foothill Police Station, at the Azusa Police Station. She finally got her letter together, and she went to the court office and filed a restraining order against me, saying I threatened her house, which never happened. She lied against the whole thing. And when we went to the court, the judge told me, he goes, she took you to court. You didn't take her to court, so I'm going to grant her restraining order. He told me if I want to get a restraining order, I can take her to court too.
You're responsible for his car, Mr. Navarro. His car is $656. What were your out-of-pocket expenses, sir, for your medical care?
None. I'm on Medi-Cal, ma'am.
So it was all covered?
It was all covered.
Mr. Navarro, you got to learn to keep your temper. Especially have to learn to keep your temper in front of your child. Do you understand that?
I understand, Judge.
You lost your temper. You lost it. If you hadn't lost it, then you would never have placed your child in harm's way.
I didn't go out there to be
Yes,
in
you
harm's
did.
way.
You placed your child in harm's way because if you wanted to protect your child, then what you do is you give the child to her mother in the precinct, and then if you're completely composed, and you want to go outside and discuss, as you indicated, you wanted to just discuss it calmly, you can go over to Stephen and discuss it calmly. However, based on what you told me, Mr. Navarro, your wife was frightened enough of this man to have previously gotten a protective order against him because you say he called on the telephone and threatened bodily harm to your family. Then, under those circumstances, you take your daughter out of the precinct where you were supposed to have dropped her off with her mother. You were so angry that you couldn't control yourself that you went up to the car with your daughter in your hands and confronted this man who you thought was so dangerous that your wife needed a protective order. So if you're telling me that you were behaving in a rational way, the way that a father would behave if they were trying to protect their child, I'm telling you that you did not. You lost your cool, Mr. Navarro. And you're still insisting to me that you didn't? You did. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That covers not only your car, sir, but almost $1,000 for being assaulted. That's all.
Now, this is case number 362 on the calendar in the matter of Thomas versus DiBiaso. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Mr. Thomas, you and the defendants live on the same block?
We're relative neighbors, Your Honor. I
Okay.
drew a sketch of our neighbor.
Just listen.
Okay.
You live on the same block?
Yes.
How many houses apart?
About a half-mile apart.
It is your claim the defendant's sons have these motorized bikes?
Yes.
And were riding up and down the street and had been at an excessive rate of speed.
Yes, they
you
were
have
doing
young children. I assume that this is one of your children. And on one particular day, after confronting the boys, one of them kicked your car, causing a dent.
Yes.
You want the defendant, father, mother, to pay for that, the damage to the car. Mr. and Mrs. DiBiaso say that, yes, it's true that one of their sons did kick your car, but it was only after you ran over his son.
That's ridiculous.
Shh.
Sorry.
Shh. Only after you ran over his son, breaking his foot, crushing his foot, that son kicked your car. That's
correct.
And they are countersuing for all of the medical bills and pain and suffering. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's what you say.
Yes.
So I want you two to sit down. And I want these boys to stand up. Put that down. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm not very good at those things. I'm good at finding out the truth. Who kicked the car?
It was me, Your Honor.
Perfect. Your name?
Chris.
What kind of a motorized bike were you riding that day?
1999 Yamaha 125.
And when did you get it?
I got it 2 days prior to when this took place.
Had you had a bike before that?
Several years before that.
Now, you knew Mr. Thomas from before, is that right?
I've never actually met him. I've seen him.
But you've seen him?
Yes.
You knew he was a neighbor?
Yes.
What day did you get the bike?
I think it was the 2nd of, I believe, August.
And what day did you break your foot?
2 days after, so it would be the 4th.
And when for the first time did Mr. Thomas ask you to drive slower when going up and down the street?
He had never asked me to drive slower.
Is that correct?
Prior to this day, I had not. And this day was August 1st when all this happened.
So you had to have gotten the bike before that, sir.
Okay, I'm not
July
completely...
30th.
July
It was
30th.
July 30th.
Okay. Now, let's go to August 1st. You and your brother are both riding your bikes?
Yeah, me and him had rode down...
Is that right?
Yes.
When did Mr. Thomas, for the first time that day, tell you to slow down?
He had not told us to slow down at all.
Ever?
Ever.
Okay. So I get to Mr. Thomas. You want to tell me your version of what happened on the 1st of August?
Yes, it was about 8 o'clock at night. These boys had been riding up and down the street. It seemed like a few hours. And like I said, there had been prior history where my kids couldn't go out and ride their bikes on the street, so...
No. Slowly. Mr. Thomas, don't lose me. You said there'd been a prior what?
The prior times when they'd been riding their bikes up and down in front of our house.
You mean the day before that?
Right.
Perhaps. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So that evening I'd had enough of it, so I drove my car out onto the street. We have a large 1-acre yacht, so I drove my car out onto the street to stop them, to get their attention, to tell them they need to slow down. If they need to, they have to go past our house to get to where the dirt roads are. So I wanted them to slow down and talk to them. They didn't stop. They split. They went around my car, and they stopped about 100 feet farther down, which is where my driveway was. So I drove down to them, and I started to get out of the car. Chris's motorcycle was right next to my door, and he was on it. And I said, you guys have got to stop this. I've got small kids. You can't go by here that fast. He used some expletives.
Tell me what he said. I've heard everything.
He said, this is our street. We can do whatever we want.
No.
We can.
Listen, I want you to be quiet. You weren't there. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. That sounds about right.
He said,
Go ahead.
We can do whatever we want, and you can't stop us. I was very angry, and I said, you've got to stop this. I've got small kids. I don't want you doing this. I'm going to go down and tell your parents. And I got back in my car. He drove his motorcycle around behind me. I went to back up, and I was just going to say, all right, enough. They took off. And I went about a foot, and I saw that he hadn't come around behind me, so I stopped the car. Okay, I looked out the back, and he was standing up and lifting his motorcycle up.
So he was behind you and you knocked his motorcycle down.
Well, after talking to my wife, no, he had laid his motorcycle down behind me. There was a small scratch from his tire on the bumper of my car, and I have photographs of that, which shows that there was very minor damage to my car, so there could not have been significant damage to him.
I don't know
or
if there
his
was
motorcycle.
significant damage or not,
Right.
but
I did
clearly
bump
your
him with my
car
car.
came in contact
Yes.
with his motorcycle.
Yes.
Now, my question is, was it the back of your car that came in
Yes.
contact with his motorcycle or
Yes,
the
it
front
was.
of your
The
car?
back bumper.
Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Now, stop there. You want to tell me how the back of his car came into contact with your bike?
Me and my brother had rode down the street going towards Mr. Thomas's house because our friend lives at the end of the street, which is the dirt road where we usually ride at. We found out he wasn't home, and on the way back, we were going down the shoulder of the road, and he comes blaring out of his driveway in a matter of what I suspected to try to knock me off my motorcycle. I had swerved to miss him, and I ended up in the middle of the street. He had drove around me. I got up, started my bike again. As I started to take off, he backed his car over me, looked at me and said, that's what you get.
But just a minute. Are you telling me that he never said to you, you got to slow down?
Your Honor, he never said one word to us.
Is that right?
That is correct.
When his car hit your bike, you say it knocked it over?
It knocked it over and it put my foot underneath his tire.
It's not physically possible.
No, that didn't happen.
Something.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You almost had me. You almost had me, Christopher. But I'm telling you right now, if you lie to me about something, and I don't care what you told them or what you decided to testify to today, I don't care. You almost had me. But if you lie to me, then I don't believe anything that you say.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He was in my face with his finger.
He was mad. He had it.
He got in his car and had threatened my dad to a fight.
He's too old for me to deal with. He's already cooked. You're not.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ken Thomas says neighbor 15-year-old Christopher DiBiaso kicked a dent into the side of his car. Christopher says Ken ran him over and broke his foot.
Listen, he was, up until a moment ago, in my mind, not telling me the truth. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
About not having a discussion with you. Now, he knocked your bike down with his car.
Yes.
And what did you do next?
After he pulled forward to get me so I could get up, I picked my bike up, pushed it to the side of the street, started up, and proceeded home.
So you got on your bike.
Yes.
You put your feet on the pedals.
It's Kickstarter and pegs, yes.
You put your feet on the pedals.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you drove the bike home.
I rode the bike home.
And then what happened?
I limped in the house to get my dad, and my dad came out to ask the guy what his problem was, and he was in my face with his finger all over my dad's face. He got in his car and had threatened my dad to a fight and drove away.
When did you kick the car?
As he was driving away, Your Honor.
Now, my question to you, sir, what foot did you kick his car with?
My left foot.
And you injured your right foot?
I injured my right foot.
So you were standing on your fractured foot, is that right?
That is correct.
You put all your weight on your fractured foot in order to kick his car with the other foot.
That's correct, Your Honor.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. See? If you tell me the whole truth, he's too old for me to deal with. You see, he's already cooked. He's cooked. You're not. I believe that you broke your foot. I believe that you broke your foot when you kicked his car. That's what I believe. That doesn't excuse him from tearing out, which I believe he did. And I don't believe he tried to knock you over, because that would be stupid. But he was mad, and he had it. And he has a temper, and that's what happens when you have a temper. And I believe that the bike went down. I don't believe that your foot was under his car. I believe that the bike went down, but not with you on it. Can I see a picture of the dent?
Yes. There's several pictures of the overall car. It's not a small dent.
Oh, this is not a small dent. This is enough of a dent to break your foot.
Yeah.
Christopher. So I'm disposing of your counterclaim very fast, because I don't believe that your foot was broken in any other way but kicking his car. So your counterclaim is dismissed. Clear? Now, the only thing that I have to determine is whether or not you caused this damage to his car. No question you did. There's no question you did.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. How old are you? 15?
15.
And you? 14?
14.
Let's talk about when you have a motorcycle or a moped or whatever else it is that goes fast.
Okay.
And let's talk about being responsible. You see that child over there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What do you think would happen if you hit that child while she was playing in the street when you were going up and down the street with your motorcycle?
I would feel terrible.
No, what do you think would happen to her?
She would get hurt extremely bad.
Right. Now, how old do you have to be in order to get a driver's license in the state of California?
16, Your Honor.
So that neither you nor your brother can get a driver's license. Is that right?
That's correct.
There is a reason why the state imposes certain restrictions on people having the ability to have a machine that can cause serious injury. And that is because children at age 14 and 15 lack judgment. You put a 14-year-old on a machine that can go, how fast can your bike go?
Probably about 65 miles an hour.
65 miles an hour, and they got all this testosterone, and they got all this puberty stuff going on, and they got all this hormone stuff going on, and they have no other way to take it out, so they take it out on the road. Well, if you're going to entrust a machine that can go 65 miles an hour to your children, then you have to be prepared for the consequences. If you want to give them a machine that can go 65 miles an hour, then you put the machines in a truck and you take them to a deserted area that is not residential, where they can drive, and there aren't other children, and there aren't other dogs, and there aren't people, and there aren't anybody else that they can frighten. And if you choose not to do that, then you are responsible. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Let me see the estimate to the damage to your car, please.
That is one of these right here.
You have a $500 deductible?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. Consider yourself lucky.
Okay.
Really, consider yourself lucky. You broke your foot because you got mad. And you said to me you got angry because he was threatening my father. Right? Isn't that what you said?
Not only that, the fact that he had hit me with his car without even an attempt to try and ask me to stop, to do anything. He just figured he'd take it out with his car on me.
You think that he hit you with his car on purpose?
I believe he did.
That would be pretty stupid. That would be pretty stupid. You think that if you hit his daughter, that would have been an accident?
Yes, that would have been
an accident.
Yes.
Tragedy. Okay. Now, how fast were you going that day?
Probably about 30 miles an hour.
Was there any time during the day that you were going faster than 30 miles an hour?
Your Honor, I held it was not, Your Honor.
No, only 30 miles an hour.
Only 30 miles
an hour. 30 miles an hour is pretty fast. It's faster than you can go on a bicycle if you're that age. Your parents have to feel that you're responsible enough. The state of California doesn't believe you're responsible enough to drive a vehicle that can go 65 miles an hour. I wouldn't give a bike like that to one of my kids who was 15. If you choose to do that, you pay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $700 as requested. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Unfair. Completely unfair.
I think Judge Judy saw straight through the truth.
I hope the next boy he runs over is as lucky as my son to be able to walk away.
There's no way that he got his foot broken and then kicked my car.
There's other kids in our neighborhood that ride their dirt bikes, and if he stopped my son like that, he's going to stop the next kid like that.
There are some other boys that ride the bikes, and they do it slow, reasonable, responsible speeds.
His wife works at the school district. She's been to both of my son's school making harassing comments regarding my boys.
Their son has been threatening my son at school.
We were perfectly at speeds in order to correct ourselves.
I have little kids, and there had been too many times. It was late at night, it was 8 o'clock at night, and I'd had enough.
If his daughter would have ran in front, we could have stopped instantly.
This father I can see where the kid gets his attitude from.
Well, hopefully they'll just leave my kids alone.
Parents need to be responsible for their kids' actions.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Corcoran versus Bilby. Step forward, please.
19-year-old college student Jamie Corcoran is suing her ex-roommate, 19-year-old student Erin Bilby, for totaling her car. Erin says she was the designated driver because Jamie was drunk.
All right, Ms. Corcoran, this is not a very difficult case. You were at a party and got drunk. The defendant was with you. You go to school together?
We're suite mates.
In school?
Yeah.
So the answer is you go to school together?
Yes.
And you gave her the keys to your car to drive home because you had had too much to drink.
Well, that was the arrangement.
Excuse me?
That was the arrangement, like prior.
You gave her the keys to your car because you were too drunk to drive?
Yes.
She drove home because she was not too drunk to drive.
Right.
Is that right?
That is right.
And you had an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And your car was severely damaged. And you want her to pay for the damage.
Yes.
And you don't think you have any responsibility?
No, I didn't say that.
Huh?
I was willing to split the damages with her because there was 3 of us in the car, and I thought all 3 of us equally were at fault. So I think I'm responsible partly, yes.
How much was the damage to the car?
The final estimate is $3,107.
What year car is this?
92 Saturn.
92 Saturn's 10 years old. How much is the car worth?
31 Blue Book. Like, it's totaled, so Blue Book value is 31.
So you can't drive the car?
No, it's totaled.
So what are you going to do with the money?
I have to buy a new car, or I can fix it and sell it.
You're not going to fix it and sell it. Because if I give you a little bit of money from her, where are you going to get the other money? To fix it and sell
I'm just going to have it totaled and put the rest of the money towards a new car. I don't have any money either. We're both college students. We don't have very much money.
Right. And you know what that means? That means that you don't drive your car when you're drinking. Don't drive the car at all.
I was drinking before we left, and it was already said I wasn't driving. I wasn't planning on driving at all. And she knew that I was drinking before I left. She knew.
Ms. Corcoran, let us say I give you $500. And I say to her, listen, you had the accident, you should share in the responsibility of fixing this car.
I bought a car. I took out a loan. I was taking taxis to and from work.
Just a second, but wait, what is it? Did you buy a car?
Yeah, I bought one. My mom co-signed a loan for me.
What kind of car did you buy?
A 96 Paseo.
Keep your voice up. You don't have to be embarrassed. Tell me how you had this accident, Miss Bilby.
When we were driving back from the party, I've never driven in this area before. It was my first time actually being in downtown Buffalo, which is where we go to school. I was on it was an overpass, and there was a concrete reinforcing wall, and it had been raining out.
What month?
It was September 16th, the night of the accident.
Go ahead.
It had been raining out, and, I'm used to driving in New York where it's raining or it's snowing, and the tires slipped on me, and, usually I can gain control very quickly after that happens. And I continued to hydroplane and lose control, and that's when I ran into the concrete reinforcing wall on this overpass.
You have any recollection of that at all?
Yeah, I know what happened.
So tell me what happened.
We, just like she said, we were driving, and the turn's very sharp. I have pictures of it. Do you want to see it?
Could you speak slower? I can't understand you.
I'm sorry. The turn's very sharp, but there were signs. There were signs like 25 miles an hour, 90-degree turn ahead. Well, she was driving, and I was in the passenger seat, and my other roommate was in the back, and we're just driving, and she just went straight is what happened. She didn't even turn. I don't think she knew that the turn was coming up. We definitely weren't sliding. She definitely slammed on the brakes.
It's an accident. She doesn't have to pay for anything. She wasn't speeding. She wasn't drunk. She had an accident. That's what you have insurance for when you have an accident. If you hadn't been drinking, she wouldn't have been driving your car. I don't think she's responsible to pay for your new car at all. I think you've got to pay for your new car. And next time, take the bus.
Okay.
Leave the driving to us if you're going to be drinking. Goodbye, Ms. Corcoran.
Yeah, this is case number 404 on the calendar in the matter of Hubbard versus Votava. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Hubbard, the defendant is your mother.
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, your mother promised to give you some money towards the purchase of a car.
Right.
You say that she promised to give you at least $1,000.
Yes.
You went out and purchased a car, and how much did you spend for the car?
The car was actually like $5,500.
I thought you said you spent $3,000.
$3,000 was actually how much I was going to spend on the car when I told my mom. But I actually ended up spending $5,500 because she told me she was going to give me some money.
Excuse me.
Shh, just a minute.
Your Honor?
Speak not.
I've got pertinent information. We never agreed to any amount of money to give him.
Quiet.
But we never agreed.
Could you be quiet?
We never
So last
agreed.
time.
I actually, you know what, Your Honor? $3,000 was how much I said I was going to spend on my car. That's the truth.
You did sign this complaint,
Yes, I
did you
did.
not, sir, where you
Yes,
say
I
I
did.
bought a car for $3,000?
Right.
All right, so let me see
sorry.
the bill of sale for the car that you bought. Now you
Okay.
say you spent $5,500.
This is actually the loan that I had to take out. You see, Your Honor, actually, you know what, though? The thing is, this whole court... Just
a second.
Okay.
The amount of credit approved was $45.75.
Right, because
Is that
I had-
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you say that your mother promised to give you at least $1,000. When did she promise to give you this $1,000?
Okay, I got in my car accident. I totaled my car back in March of 2002. And after that, my stepmother, Vicky, she called my mom and told her about the accident. Then I called my mom just to let her know I was okay and everything like that. And she told me, since how my dad bought the first car, she was going to help me like with the second car. She told me she'd give me like $1,200. And she ended up giving me $200 in May as a down payment. And then she told me she'd give me like $100, you know, a month after that because she couldn't afford to just give me $1,000 like right off the bat. So I said, I was like, you sure you want to do this, you know? And she's like, yeah, your dad helped you. I want to help you the best I can. I said, okay, that was fine. And so that was the agreement between us. And actually, my mom is really, really a really good mom. I love her to death. She raised me and my brother and my sister as like a single mom, and she did a really good job.
So what are you suing her for?
This is the reason why I'm suing her. I'm suing her actually because the way she's been using her money lately just is not right, because she told me the reason why she wasn't giving me $100 a month is because of her financial problems. I thought she had like serious financial problems, which she actually, it comes to like out that she really didn't have that many financial problems, because like a couple months later, she told me she bought 2 new cars. She bought a new car for herself and for my stepfather. And I'm like, you know, if you have financial problems, why do you have enough money to buy 2 new cars? And I had to get I had to work extra hours. I'm in college, so I had to like work like 40 hours a week and go to college, and it was killing me. And I was doing it because I thought she had financial problems. Then to come find out, just a couple months ago, I found out she wants to pose in an adult magazine, and she's putting a portfolio together to do that.
So
And that's,
what does that have to do with you?
well, this is my mom, and I really
It
think
has
that's...
nothing to do with you. The only issue is whether she promised to give you another $800.
Your Honor?
She did.
I didn't ask you anything.
But I have some pertinent information.
You
Because it
said
was
that
never-
before, and I said I'm not interested in what you have to say right now, sir. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so she actually told me...
Quiet.
Okay.
Did you have a conversation with your son after he had an automobile accident?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Okay. And did you indicate to him that you would help him purchase a new car?
Not exactly.
What exactly did you say to him?
I told him that I was going to send him $200 to help him with the down payment of a car. Plus, I sent him $50 for his birthday and advised that he use that towards the down payment of a car. I told him that I would try to send him $100 a month, maybe $50 a month, whatever I could try.
I don't want to hear you. I'm listening to your mother now. She was quiet. Now you keep quiet.
Okay.
I want you to try to think. Try to clear your mind. And I want you to try to think of exactly what you said to him. You said you would give him the down payment, which you gave him. And you did tell him that you would try to send him something every month.
Correct.
How much did you say you would send him every month?
I didn't give him a set amount. I told him it would be anywhere from, I said if I could send him 100, I would. If I could send him 50, I would. You know, if I could send something, I would. But I did not set a dollar amount, and I didn't say that I'd send him $1,000 either. I was just trying to help him as I could. And I think that he's just being really vindictive right now because of the fact that we have different moral values.
Your Honor.
And
I'm not.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He's upset with me because I am planning on doing a photo shoot with an adult magazine, and I think that he's just being vindictive and bringing me into court for that money because he doesn't want me to do that.
Well, it sounds to me as if you and your son enjoyed a pleasant relationship. Is that right?
That is very correct, yes.
Okay. How old is he?
He's 19.
And how old are you?
I'm 38.
Do you have other children?
Yes, I do.
How many other children do you have?
I have 2.
How old are they?
15 and 10.
And your 15-year-old is a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Where does he live?
With me.
And what about the 10-year-old?
She's a girl and she's with me.
If what you're telling me is that your son is upset with you, and you say because we have different morals, that's not probably true. Not upset with you because you have different morals. It sounds to me like he's upset with you because he thinks that you made a choice that's going to embarrass him, embarrass yourself, embarrass his brother, embarrass his sister. And to be quite honest with you, madam, although this is not part of this case, he's 100% correct. You have made a very dumb choice if you think at 38 years old, as the mother of 3 children, one of whom is 19 years old, and the other one is a 15-year-old teenager, and the other one is a 10-year-old, if you think you're going to have a new career, Hollywood is going to find you at age 38 posing in a magazine that's going to embarrass your child, you're nuts. Hollywood's not looking for you. Do you understand? Hollywood is not looking for you. Not. And if you make $5,000 doing this photo shoot, it's not worth the respect of your children. So I would do a little bit of rethinking along those lines, and that's just gratuitous advice from somebody. Somebody offered me a lot more at my age, and who would want to look at it, I don't know, but the truth of the matter is, at age 38, you're a very attractive woman, but your body is not the same as somebody who's 22. And if somebody's going to pay $1.50 to look in a magazine, they're going to look at somebody who's 22, not somebody who's 38 or slightly older.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I wouldn't have went out and bought that expensive of a car if I wouldn't have thought that she was going to give me the money. I'm not retarded, you know?
Oh.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Hubbard says his mother, Samantha Votava, promised to give him $1,000 so he could purchase a car. Michael says she came up a little short.
Mr. Hubbard, I'm not exactly sure what she said. She probably said to you, I'm going to try to send you $100 a month.
Yeah, she did.
I believe that she said that to you. Okay. I'm going to try to send, put your hand down. I'm going to try to send you $100 a month. I believe she said that. That is not a promise to pay you $100 a month, sir.
She did promise. She even told her. She didn't just tell me, she told my stepmom too. And I wouldn't have went out and bought that expensive of a car if I wouldn't have thought that she was going to give me the money. I'm not retarded, you know?
Oh.
That's a matter of opinion.
I don't believe that she said to you, I am going to give you $100 a month.
She said she did. She did. She did.
Go ahead,
she said,
step up. Last name is?
Hubbard.
I'm
a stepmother.
You're a stepmother?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The day of the car accident, I called her to let her know that he was in a car accident. And she said, she was hysterical, and she said, I will pay him $1,000. She kept saying over and over, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to send him the money. She said something like $200 a month that she was going to be sending him.
You say 200, he says 100. She sends a month. She got a little confused.
She told me 200 a month, and then she would call because I speak to her more often than they speak. So she said she started off with a 200 a month, and then 1,000, and then it just all disappeared after she wanted to pursue other things. You want me to sit down?
Your Honor, she did. She gave me that $200. She gave me the $200 as a down payment, and then she gave me $50 and told me, she said, you should probably put it towards your car.
You don't belong here suing your mother, sir.
You don't understand. We talked, and she said, I'm going to give you $1,200.
You don't belong here suing your mother, sir. I'm going to explain a little contract law to you. Ordinarily, there has to be in a contract some consideration. So if somebody says, I'm going to give you $1,000, there has to be a consideration for it in exchange for you doing something, in exchange for you naming the car. What's your first name?
Samantha.
The Samantha. I'm going to give you $1,000.
Okay.
In this instance, there was no consideration. She merely said to you, according to you, I'm going to give you this money.
Right.
A valid contract has not been created unless it was in writing, and this wasn't in writing. Is that right?
Right. It wasn't in writing.
Wasn't.
Okay.
I'm educating you.
Yes,
Let me try to educate you for a moment, because maybe you learned something. In this case, if I believe that she said to you, I am going to give you $1,000, and you acted on that by going out and purchasing a car to your detriment, which means you did something that was putting yourself in a financial bind, based upon her promise. That is an exception to the rule so that the courts can enforce that. Do you understand that, Bert?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you could still be held responsible, if I believe that. But what I believe is your mom said to you, I'm going to try to give you $50, $100, $200 a month towards the car. And you were hopeful that she was going to do that. And in reliance on that, you went out and bought the car of your dreams, which was what, sir?
95 Nissan 200SX. That's not that expensive of a car. It was used, it was a private owner. So
No, but you could have bought a Saturn.
I could have bought a Saturn.
A 1995 Saturn for a lot less, right?
Right, but she said that she's going to give me $1,200. Your Honor.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
What?
As a matter of fact, I had a 92 Saturn when he was wanting me to give him, you know, this money.
Now, this gentleman is who?
This is my husband.
Okay, he's dying to say something. Now I'm going to let him speak. Now stand up, sir. Now, how long have you been married?
2 years.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a manufacturing engineer. What I wanted to say was that my stepson, using poor judgment, bought a car. When he bought the car, he didn't put full coverage on it. So when he got in the wreck, my wife was beside herself. She came to me and asked me, can we send him what we can? And I said, yes, we can send him what we can, but no more, because we're on a tight budget. We got 2 more kids. So his poor judgment in not insuring his car to its fullest extent. Now, it was a mistaken judgment, and he totaled the car, and the best thing that came out of it, he was unharmed.
And I also, Your Honor, I had told him in the very beginning to make sure that he had full coverage on the first car, because usually kids wreck their first car.
Your Honor, I couldn't afford full coverage.
That's like we're not going to make a big first wedding. Thank you for your explanation.
Your Honor.
Can I tell you something, please?
Yeah.
Okay, his story is not completely true, because actually, I didn't buy my first car. My dad bought me my first car.
So you should have had insurance on it, is what
I
he's
did have
saying. But
insurance.
it's really not important. The important thing is whether I believe that she made a statement, and that statement was, I am going to give you 50, 100, 200, a specific amount, and in reliance upon that, you went out and purchased this car. I believe that what your mother said to you was, I'm going to help you. I'm going to send you $200 now, give you another $50 for your birthday, and I'm going to try to send you what I can every month.
She told
listen to me. That's what I find. That's my job. My job is to try to figure out what is logical.
Right. I'm just trying to.
Right.
They
it also is very distressing to me that a child knows that. I mean, I don't think your mother probably has a whole bunch of money. Is that right?
Well, she bought 2 brand new cars.
I don't think that.
Had, like,
listen to me, sir.
Financial problems. They just got tattoos. They just got tattoos like the other day. They say they have no money.
Listen to me. That's not your business.
It's not my business. But
you're 19 years old. It's not your business. All that is your business is, and one thing that you said to me that I can relate to is that I think you are angry with your mother because of some career choices that she's making that I certainly hope she rethinks. In any event, your lawsuit's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
That's embarrassing if your mom's like on page 56 in Playboy.
I should be able to do whatever I want to do.
It really bothers me.
I think it's just going to be something he has to accept, and I hope that he'll still continue to love me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bowles versus Mitchell. Step forward, please.
24-year-old student Crystal Bowles is suing her former friend, 23-year-old waitress Tiffany Mitchell, for the return of a laptop computer. Tiffany says Crystal gave her the computer a year and a half ago.
Miss Bowles, Miss Mitchell was a friend of yours. You claim you loaned her a computer. She refuses to give it back. Miss Mitchell says it was a gift.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you known her?
I've known Tiffany since I was 10 years old, about 14 years.
Okay, so you've known her a long time.
Yes.
And when did you loan her this computer? Month and year?
February of 2001.
So a long time ago. And why did you loan her the computer?
She had enjoyed being on my desktop computer. I lived with her for a short period of time and...
Lived with her in her home?
Yes.
For how long?
30 days.
Were you between homes when you lived with her?
Yes.
Did she charge you rent?
Yes.
She did, for the 30 days? What did she charge you?
I believe it was $200.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. My boyfriend was the one that charged her.
Okay, so you lived there for 30 days. She enjoyed working on your computer, and?
And when I moved out, I agreed that she could use my laptop computer for $20 a month. I was still paying on the computer, and that was the minimum payment.
You'd bought the computer on time?
Yes.
How much was left on it when you moved out in February of 2001?
Around $500.
So you paid off the computer $20 a month?
Yes, that was my minimum payment.
Okay. Now, she had the computer for a long time.
Yes.
How come you wanted it back a year and a half later?
I started going to school again, and I'm taking 2 internet classes, and I need a laptop computer for the internet classes. Like when I'm not at home, I can just hook in.
Between February of 2001 and 2 months ago, had you ever asked for the computer back?
No.
Had you ever complained to her that she hadn't made the payments?
No.
So let's hear the story. She says you want the computer for your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
No. I need it for myself.
All right, Miss Mitchell. Let me hear your version of these events.
Okay. I received the computer, as she said, in February, and I haven't heard anything all the way until recently, 2 months ago. We were talking on the computer, and she says, I don't know how to say this, but my boyfriend needs the computer for school. He's taking classes. And I said, but I thought you gave it to me. She goes, well, I let you use it. And I was like, for a year and a half you let me use it? You didn't ask for it back since? And I was like, well, at least until I can get another computer, I'll give it back to you. But until then, I'm like, I pay payments on it to get the internet service, and plus it's kind of broke right now. It has duct tape all wrapped around it, and I told her that it's not really usable. It don't prop up or anything.
So, Ms. Bowles, I'm going to ask you the question again. Do you need the computer, or does your boyfriend need the computer?
I need the computer.
Do you have a boyfriend who also needs a computer?
No.
Why would she say that? You wrote her an email indicating, I don't know how to tell you this, but my boyfriend needs a computer. Why would she say that?
Because me and Tiffany are very close friends, and I was worried that she would get upset with me for asking for the computer back because I know how much she enjoys it.
Well, because you gave it to her. Yes, you did. Sure you did. When you left, you had another computer. Is that right?
Yes.
When you left, you had another computer, and you weren't using this laptop. You said, here, take this one. It's old, and I don't use it.
I'm a full-time college student. I'm a single mother. I wish I had the abilities to give my friends laptops, but I don't.
You gave her one. Case is dismissed.
This is case number 360 on the calendar in the matter of Johnson versus Wendling. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
Miss Johnson, you and the defendant lived together for a brief period of time. Is that right?
That's correct, Your
How
Honor.
long?
3 years.
According to your complaint, when he put you out, because he put you out of the house that you had been sharing, he kept certain property of yours. The property was a washing machine that had been given to you by your mother.
That's correct.
And in addition to that, you claim that he owes you for some credit card bills where he used your credit card several $100s worth. He says that you can have your washing machine back, but you have to give him the $250 that he put into the washing machine. In addition, he says that the only thing that he charged on your credit card was a $60 pair of shoes. The defendant has a counterclaim. He says that you damaged his car at some point and that you shrunk his slip covers when you washed them because you were a poor laundress. Is that right, sir?
Yeah, she don't know how to do laundry.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'm sure she has attributes other than laundry.
Yeah, she does.
Good. So get over the slip covers. Now, when did you stop living together?
It was August the 5th, the day after the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis.
All I heard was August the 5th. The rest of it I didn't hear.
Oh, I'm sorry, August the 5th.
Did you say anything after that?
Yeah, I said it was the day after the Brickyard 400. That's how I remember, but that's really not important.
August the 5th. Mr. Wendling, I'm going to get you a counterclaim first because I like to dispose of things in a neat way. The slip covers she laundered when?
In July. It was right before August 4th.
But you were still living together when she did the laundry, and she
Yes.
laundered the slip covers.
Yes, ma'am.
And she didn't do that on purpose because she was angry with you. She just laundered the slip covers.
No, she didn't. I asked her not to do it. I told her that if she did wash it and dry it, that it would shrink and you wouldn't be able to put it on there.
Okay. And she did it anyway. Now, when was the damage to your car?
The car was damaged on November 4th.
Of 2001?
2002, day before voting day.
I thought you broke up in August.
We did. We have kids together.
Just August 5th, 2002, you broke up. So you mean the car was damaged after you broke up?
Yes.
Really? What happened to his car?
Well, he claims that I
No,
drove
you
it.
tell me. Don't tell me what he claims.
I didn't damage his car. I took it down to the gas station and came right back and did
What
no
were you
damage
doing
to
driving his car?
I asked him if I could drive it. My car was in the shop, so he said that it was fine to drive his car.
No, that's a fib. That's a fib that you're just telling me, Miss Johnson. I don't like when you fib to me.
Can I tell you how it happened?
Sure. I tend to believe you, Mr. Wendling.
Okay, on November 4th, day before she goes to school, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, etc. We have a 2-year-old boy together. Plus, she has a 4-year-old son from her previous marriage. I go over to her house because I just don't like anybody to babysit my son.
Tell me what happened with the car.
Okay, anyway, make a long story short, the day of the 5th, we were arguing about the washer before she went to school. I didn't want my son to hear us arguing. We went out there, she kicked the quarter panel on my car, which she gets, you know, mad and crazy all the time. So anyway, that didn't matter to me. I went back in the house, she went to school, me and my sons went to sleep. I'm a block mason, and I work real hard every day.
You went to sleep? Come on.
Yeah, I went to sleep on the couch.
Let's get to the
She came home, I was asleep on the couch, got mad, tried to wake me up. Her car was not working. She took my car, took it to the store. When she brought it back to her house, there's bumpers that separate the grass from the concrete. They're about this high. I have a Firebird. They're low to the ground. She ran up on it.
I've done it myself.
Okay, and I have
You
pictures.
go over and it goes over fine, but when you try to pull back, everything comes off the car. Is that what happens?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is that what happened?
Yes.
So wasn't that easy?
Well, I didn't kick his car.
I'm not talking about kicking it. Wasn't it easy just to say, that's what happened? I went over a bump.
Yes, but
and when
I didn't
pulled
kick
back,
his car. I don't want you
he's
to
not,
think I'm
just a
vindictive.
second. He's not suing you for kicking his car. He says that you took the car, you went over a bump, you pulled back, the bumper came off the car, right? And you did that.
Yes.
How much is it to fix the bumper?
$1,930.
What year Firebird is this?
92.
Oof. Let me see the estimate.
Here's a picture of it. And the estimate. And the kick dent is involved in that 1932.
Is or is not?
It is. And she's wrecked all my cars, Your Honor. Every car that I've owned, she's wrecked.
All right, I can find the fender, because that you're not interested in, right?
Well, yeah, I'm interested in it.
You just told me a minute ago that you
Well,
were going
she's
to forget
suing me, so I'm going to sue her back.
Shh, just a second.
I mean, what's right's
3
right.
hours painting is 2 hours and 8.5. Okay, now let's talk about this washing machine. Your mother gave you a washing machine as a gift?
Yes, she did.
Did Mr. Wendling put down $250?
No. He says he did, but he did not.
Tell me about it.
Well, his birthday is in the end of June. He acts like the whole month of June is like his birthday month, so he does. And he didn't give me any money at all in June. We were arguing in July, and he didn't give me any money in July. So I don't know where he's getting that he gave me any money whatsoever.
Well, could you please tell me when the washing machine was purchased?
It was in June.
Who went to purchase the washing machine?
I did, and I put it on my mom's credit card.
Can I see proof of that?
I don't have it with me. I asked her for it, and she didn't give it to me, so.
Oh, why don't I have it?
Because she said, I'm tired of talking about this, is what she said, because we've been going round and round about this.
Well,
so
that's ridiculous.
that's what she
Can I
said.
say something?
Sure.
Like I said, I'm a block mason, so I got concrete all over my clothes. I've had 3 washers on my back porch for months because they're broke. Okay, she puts 12 loads of clothes in a 6-load washer and
What does that have
expects
to do
it.
with it? Listen to me. What date was the washing machine purchased?
I have no idea. I didn't go and buy it. All I did was come home and there was a brand new washer in my. But I wanted to go buy a $100 washing machine from the appliance store that didn't cost no $600. I don't need no computerized washing machine to wash clothes.
You don't wash clothes. She washed the clothes.
No, I wash the clothes.
But I
I've
wash
been doing her
slip
laundry ever since I've had the washer. I bring her clothes to my house, her and her sons and my son's clothes. I wash them, dry them, fold them, and bring them back to her.
What a great service.
Yes, that's what I think.
I don't know, Miss Johnson. I wouldn't ask for the washing machine back.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he
I
sounds
wouldn't
like a
ask
really
for the
great
washing
guy.
machine back. That's a great gig.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Melanie Johnson says ex-boyfriend Tony Wendling owes for the return of property and for unpaid credit card bills. Tony says Melanie damaged his car and shrunk the slipcovers to his couch.
Okay. How am I supposed to know what your mother paid for the washing machine?
I don't know. Like I said,
Well, I don't know.
asked
If you
her.
don't know, I don't know. How am I supposed to know that?
I don't have anything, so.
Well, where did you buy it from?
At the Home Depot.
Where did you think you were coming to today? You come to a court, you say, listen, You go to Home Depot and you say, I lost my receipt. I bought this washing machine here a few months ago. Could you please either give me a duplicate bill or something to show what the washing machine cost?
Well, I don't have a car, and he won't let me drive his car anymore after the incident.
Well, I know. She wrecks them.
So you don't know how much the washing machine was?
Yes, it was $300, around $300, a little bit more of a tax. You can call my mom and ask her.
I'm not calling your mother. When you come to court, you're supposed to prepare your case. You say that he put things on your credit card. Where are the bills for that?
I don't have that either.
What do you have?
I have pictures of some of the stuff he has.
I don't want to see pictures. I'm asking for two main things. I need a bill for the washing machine, and I need a copy of your credit card statement because you said he put $600 worth of stuff on your credit card, and you don't have your credit card statement. No, so you have nothing. So your case is dismissed. Now let's get to your counterclaim. I think that she drove... Put your hand down.
Sorry.
Put your hand down. I find that she drove your car without your permission, and she damaged it. And they want $1,930 to fix it. $230 of that is to take out the dent in the... You said she kicked your car.
Yeah,
well, initially,
boost they got.
Speak not. Initially, you said to me, I'm not interested in kicking, I'm just interested in what she did to the bumper. So I have deducted $230, leaving $1,700, which I am awarding you, sir, on your counterclaim. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Well, he was portrayed as a really nice guy, and really he's not a nice guy at all.
Everybody has opinions.
He tries to make himself to be like this great person, and he's really not.
I do her laundry every day.
As far as him taking my laundry and doing it, he doesn't do that. He just tried, and everybody was like clapping. That is such a lie. He doesn't do that.
Fold it and bring it to her. It's like, you know, what more could you want?
There's a lot of bitterness and anger, and I think that's what it's over.
Stuff happens to everybody. I mean, yeah, you get angry.
I probably need to move like out here and let him stay back in Indiana so we can be like really far apart.
Don't let girlfriends drive your cars.
Don't get involved with men that are 10 years older than you.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Cox versus Davis. Step forward, please.
21-year-old software tester Cameron Cox is suing her ex-boyfriend, 25-year-old bartender Jeremy Davis, for the balance on a car. Jeremy is countersuing, accusing Cameron of cashing 2 of his paychecks.
Miss Cox, how long did you date Mr. Davis?
We met in November, we started dating in December, and we broke up in May.
And when did you decide to put a car that he wanted in your name and put down the deposit?
In February.
So you knew him less than 2 months?
Well, we had been friends since November.
You dated him for less than 2 months. You had a relationship with him for less than 2 months when you decided to do that. What do you do for a living?
I'm a software tester.
So you're an intelligent gal. You have skills and all that stuff. Ever watch this court before on television? Are you paying attention when you watch? Huh?
Yes.
Well, I'm paying good attention. Because according to what I read here, what you did was, he wanted to buy a car, he had lousy credit. You said, okay, put the car in my name, which means the loan will be in your name. I'll put down half the down payment, $3,000. You pay for the car, you pay for the insurance. And that was the deal that you say you had with him, right?
Yes.
And then a few months later, the romance is over. He takes off, leaving you with the car, which was repossessed. You say it's not your car. You had nothing to do with it. The car was repossessed. It's her problem because the car wasn't in your name, the loan isn't in your name. You don't know why you're here. Is that right?
Right.
See what I mean? And you say, Mr. Davis, not only that, but she took 2 of your commission checks.
Correct.
And forged your name to 2 commission checks and cashed them, and you are counterclaiming. How much were the commission checks?
It was $580.
Can I see that, please?
Yeah.
Sure. Did you forge his name to these checks and cash them?
Only one of them, with his permission.
Okay, which one?
I don't know.
One is dated 4/11, one is dated 4/18.
It was the last one.
Okay, and what did you use the money for?
For what he owes me.
You mean on the cars?
No, to go for what he owes me when we broke up. I made a contract.
Can I see it? Did you sign a note that you promised to pay her all this money?
I don't remember signing anything.
Well, show it to him. See? There you go. Now, did you sign that?
And Ron was a witness to it.
Oh, that's not my signature, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. It's not his signature. So let's go further, Ms. Cox. This says that he owes you half the down payment for the Explorer, which is $1,500.
Correct.
Okay? I'm not even playing around with the rent or half the bills or anything else. Sticking to the car.
Could I say something, Your Honor?
Now, I'll get you in a second. The time in February when you got this Explorer for him, did you have a car?
Yes, I have a car fully paid for.
What kind of car do you have?
I have a Toyota Celica.
Is that what you have now?
Yes.
What year car is that?
2000.
Is it correct, Mr. Davis, that at the time that you and Ms. Cox were dating, she had a Toyota Celica 2000? What word didn't you understand, sir? At the time you were dating, did she have a 2000 Toyota Celica?
Yeah, she did.
And in January of 2002, what kind of car did you have?
I have no car.
Ah, perfect. Now, so you had no car in January. Now, I want you to think very carefully, Mr. Davis. Shh. In March, on March 7th, 2002, at 6 o'clock in the evening, think about what I'm saying to you. What kind of car were you driving?
2001 Ford Explorer Sport.
Yes, sir.
But
And what kind of car was she driving?
She was driving a Toyota.
Now, in June of 2002, you were no longer together with the plaintiff, is that right?
Correct.
What kind of car were you driving?
I was driving no car.
Right! What did you do with the Explorer?
I didn't do anything with the Explorer. I
You
didn't
just
purchase
left it there?
Yeah, because it was in her name. She purchased, she financed it. Nothing on contract at the dealership was my name on it.
So, now, Bert, first I want to deal, Mr. Davis, with your counterclaim, okay?
Correct.
You claim that the plaintiff forged your name to 2 commission checks totaling almost $600.
Correct.
And she kept that money. Is that right?
Correct.
She kept that money?
She kept that money.
Right. Return this to him. I can't tell whether she forged your name. So your counterclaim's dismissed. You got that so far? Tell me about this car being repossessed. When was it repossessed?
I did a voluntary repo in the middle of June. Once we broke up, he was supposed to go get anger management classes because he was abusive during the relationship.
Oh, so in the short time you were together, he was also abusive?
The last month, he became abusive.
Ms. Cox, so listen to me. In the few short months you were together, he was also abusive.
Only in May. He became abusive towards the end of the relationship.
Relationship wasn't that long. Oh, keep your money in your bank. Your head on your shoulders and your money in the bank. 2 good things. If you think of nothing else when you leave here today, keep your head on your shoulders and your money in the bank. So you did a voluntary repo of the car and you sent it back to the credit company, and how much did they sell it for?
And they sold it for $11,000, and this is the remaining of what I owe.
What kind of work do you do, Mr. Davis?
Bartender.
How long have you been a bartender, sir?
For about a month. Before I was doing that, I was a fork truck driver.
A what?
Fork truck driver.
Well, what happened to that job?
Well, but I just wanted bartend.
Don't you make more money driving those heavy machines?
Yeah, you do. But I like the bartending scene, so chose that.
You like the bartending scene?
Yeah, meeting new people.
You still
حصريا على موقع مهرجانات.com.
كيمو الدين مدعوني لقلب اللي اختاركم دلوقتي انا لازم اكسركم كنت بحبكم وبقدركم بس انتوا انا بيبنصوكم بسلك ليكم والسالكين عامل اللي ملايكة بجناحين جايبين بس الغل بنين اللي مسود يابا لكم كنت هموت علشانكم في يوم وانتوا مليتوا القلب هموم وبقيت انا بشرب في سموم علشان بس اقدر انساك وبزود شربي بعكاسات وبنزل على الواتس حالات وبقول اللي ماليش اخوات لا مش عايز ابقى معاكم انا هبعد انا خدت قرار لو كنتوا الجنة عاوز نار كل الجد طلع في هزار وبترموا كلام وسط كلام السالك بينكم مكروه والكداب بتحبوه والاخ ده عادي يخون اخوه وانتوا مليتوا القلب الام خايف اطلع واتعامل تاني هبعد عن كل اللي اذاني انا حاسس دنيتي كرهاني فبقيت احبس نفسي في اوضتي احبس نفسي واعيش مع حالي اصل كفايه واللي جرالي والدنيا دي ايه بالنسبه لي هتكون احلى ما بقى لوحدي الكيف بيجمعكم جيش مش بتصونوا الملح وعيش لو خلصت فركة فركتي ملاقيش جنبنا واحد وقت الشدة. بتبيعوا بعض عشان نسوان والصنطي يفرق جدعان، وبتحكوا معايا كمان لما يكون في فلوس او عدة. مع الحريم اللي بتبقوا بكايتة وبتطلعوا في فلوس يا كويتة، طول ما الحرمة في حضنكوا بايتة ممكن علي تصرفوا مناينكم. تيجوا عندي وتشتكوا بالفقر وانتوا فلوسكم زي النهر، تيجوا تقعدوا لحد الفجر وتقولوا جيوبكم فاضيين. بصي خلاص انت بقيتي اكس، روحي صاري بقى حد في جاكس، بعدها ياخدك جوه التاكس او تطلعي معاه عالبيت. قولي خلاص مش ناقصه تساوي، لو جيتي تاني عليكي هتحاول، ومفيش حد معاكي بيطاوي علشان عيلتك دول قرامين. كنت عايزك لمزاجي، لما تعبي تكوني علاجي، على بيتك كنت معاجي باجي ونولعوا اللمبه الحمرا. وابوكي وامك عادي راضيين على اي حاجه يقولوا امين، واخوك ناقص لي قرنين يبقى خروف ويعلق نمره.
حصريا على موقع مهرجانات.com.
لو كنتوا بجنة عاوز نار، كل الجد طلع في هزار وقدامه كلام وسط كلام. كيمو الدين ملعون القلب اللي اختاركم، دلوقتي انا لازم اكسركم. كنت بحبكم وبقدركم بس انتوا انا بيبنصوكم، بسلك ليكم والسالكين عامل اللي ملايكة بجناحين، جايبين بس الغل بنين اللي مسود يابا لكم. كنت اموت علشانكم في يوم وانتوا مليتوا القلب هموم، وبقيت انا بشرب في سموم علشان بس اقدر انساك، وبزود شربي بعكاسات وبنزل على الواتس حالات، وبقول اني ماليش اخوات، لا مش عايز ابقى معاكم. انا هبعد، انا خدت قرار، لو كنتوا الجنة عاوز نار، كل الجد طلع في هزار وبترموا كلام وسط كلام. السالك بينكم مكروه والكداب بتحبوه، والاخ ده عادي يخون اخوه، وانتوا مليتوا القلب الام. خايف اطلع واتعامل تاني، هبعد عن كل اللي اذاني، انا حاسس دنيتي كرهاني، فبقيت احبس نفسي في اوضتي، احبس نفسي واعيش مع حالي. اصل كفايه او اللي جرالي، والدنيا دي ايه بالنسبه لي، هتكون احلى اما بقى لوحدي. الكيف بيجمعكم جيش، مش بتصونوا الملح وعيش، لو خلصت فركتي ملاقيش جنبنا واحد وقت الشدة. بتبيعوا بعض عشان نسوان والصنطي يفرق جدعان، وبتحكوا معايا كمان لما يكون في فلوس او عدة. مع الحريم اللي بتبقوا بكايتة وبتطلعوا في فلوس يا كويتة، طول ما الحرمة في حضنكوا بايتة ممكن علي تصرفوا مناينكم. تيجوا عندي وتشتكوا بالفقر وانتوا فلوسكم زي النهر، تيجوا تقعدوا لحد الفجر وتقولوا جيوبكم فاضيين. بصي خلاص انت بقيتي اكس، روحي صاري بقى حد في جاكس، بعدها ياخدك جوه التاكس او تطلعي معاه عالبيت. قولي خلاص مش ناقصه تساوي، لو جيتي تاني عليكي هتحاول، ومفيش حد معاكي بيطاوي علشان عيلتك دول قرامين. كنت عايزك لمزاجي، لما تعبي تكوني علاجي، على بيتك كنت معاجي باجي ونولعوا اللمبه الحمرا. وابوكي وامك عادي راضيين على اي حاجه يقولوا امين، واخوك ناقص لي قرنين يبقى خروف ويعلق نمره.
حصريا على موقع مهرجانات.com.
لو كنتوا بجنة عاوز نار، كل الجد طلع في هزار وقدامه كلام وسط كلام. كيمو الدين ملعون القلب اللي اختاركم، دلوقتي انا لازم اكسركم. كنت بحبكم وبقدركم بس انتوا انا بيبنصوكم، بسلك ليكم والسالكين عامل اللي ملايكة بجناحين، جايبين بس الغل بنين اللي مسود يابا لكم. كنت اموت علشانكم في يوم وانتوا مليتوا القلب هموم، وبقيت انا بشرب في سموم علشان بس اقدر انساك، وبزود شربي بعكاسات وبنزل على الواتس حالات، وبقول اني ماليش اخوات، لا مش عايز ابقى معاكم. انا هبعد، انا خدت قرار، لو كنتوا الجنة عاوز نار، كل الجد طلع في هزار وبترموا كلام وسط كلام. السالك بينكم مكروه والكداب بتحبوه، بتحبوه، والاخ ده عادي يخون اخوه، وانتوا مليتوا القلب الام. خايف اطلع واتعامل تاني، هبعد عن كل اللي اذاني. انا حاسس دنيتي كرهاني، فبقيت احبس نفسي في اوضتي، احبس نفسي واعيش مع حالي. اصل كفايه او اللي جرالي، والدنيا دي ايه بالنسبه لي؟ هتكون احلى اما بقى لوحدي. الكيف بيجمعكم جيش، مش بتصونوا الملح وعيش. لو خلصت فركتي ملاقيش جنبنا واحد وقت الشده. بتبيعوا بعض عشان نسوان، والصمت يفرق جدعان. وبتحكوا معايا كمان لما يكون في فلوس او عده. مع الحريم اللي بتبقوا بكايته، وتطلعوا في فلوس يا كويته. طول ما الحرمه في حضنكوا بايته، ممكن علي تصرفوا مناينكم. تيجوا عندي وتشتكوا بالفقر، وانتوا فلوسكم زي النار. تيجوا تقعدوا لحد الفجر، وتقولوا جيوبكم فاضيين. بصي خلاص انت بقيتي اكس، روحي صاري بقى حد في جاكس. بعدها ياخدك جوه التاكس، او تطلعي معاه عالبيت. قولي خلاص مش ناقصه تساوي، لو جيتي تاني عليكي هتحاول. ومفيش حد معاكي بيطاوع، علشان عيلتك دول قرامين. كنت عايزك لمزاجي، لما تعبي تكوني علاجي. على بيتك كنت معاجي باجي، ونولعوا اللمبه الحمرا. وابوكي وامك عادي راضيين، على اي حاجه يقولوا امين. واخوكي ناقص لي قرنين، يبقى خروف ويعلق نمره.
حصريا على موقع مهرجانات.com.
لو كنتوا بجنة عاوز نار، كل الجد طلع في هزار. وادوا كلام وسط كلام كيمو الدين. ملعوني القلب اللي اختاركم، دلوقتي انا لازم اكسركم. كنت بحبكم وبقدركم، بس انتوا انا بيبنصوكم. بسلك ليكم والسالكين، عامل اللي ملايكة بجناحين. جايبين بس الغل بنين، اللي مسود يابا قلوبكم. كنت اموت علشانكم في يوم، وانتوا مليتوا القلب هموم. وبقيت انا بشرب في سموم، علشان بس اقدر انساك. وبزود شربي بعكاسات، وبنزل على الواتس حالات. وبقول اللي ماليش اخوات، لا مش عايز ابقى معاكم. انا هبعد، انا خدت قرار. لو كنتوا الجنة عاوز نار، كل الجد طلع في هزار. وبترموا كلام وسط كلام، السالك بينكم مكروه. والكداب بتحبوه، والاخ ده عادي يخون اخوه. وانتوا مليتوا القلب الام. خايف اطلع واتعامل تاني، هبعد عن كل اللي اذاني. انا حاسس دنيتي كرهاني، فبقيت احبس نفسي في اوضتي، احبس نفسي واعيش مع حالي. اصل كفايه او اللي جرالي، والدنيا دي ايه بالنسبه لي؟ هتكون احلى اما بقى لوحدي. الكيف بيجمعكم جيش، مش بتصونوا الملح وعيش. لو خلصت فركتي ملاقيش جنبنا واحد وقت الشده. بتبيعوا بعض عشان نسوان، والصمت يفرق جدعان. وبتحكوا معايا كمان لما يكون في فلوس او عده. مع الحريم اللي بتبقوا بكايته، وتطلعوا في فلوس يا كويته. طول ما الحرمه في حضنكوا بايته، ممكن علي تصرفوا مناينكم. تيجوا عندي وتشتكوا بالفقر، وانتوا فلوسكم زي النار. تيجوا تقعدوا لحد الفجر، وتقولوا جيوبكم فاضيين. بصي خلاص انت بقيتي اكس، روحي صاري بقى حد في جاكس. بعدها ياخدك جوه التاكس، او تطلعي معاه عالبيت. قولي خلاص مش ناقصه تساوي، لو جيتي تاني عليكي هتحاول. ومفيش حد معاكي بيطاوع، علشان عيلتك دول قرامين. كنت عايزك لمزاجي، لما تعبي تكوني علاجي. على بيتك كنت معاجي باجي، ونولعوا اللمبه الحمرا. وابوكي وامك عادي راضيين، على اي حاجه يقولوا امين. واخوكي ناقص لي قرنين، يبقى خروف ويعلق نمره.